Have you seen any of the Game of Thrones yet? Have you started watching it? Have you seen any of the Game of Thrones yet?
Not the new season, no.
No, I haven't. I like let it build up.
I'm up to date, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
No, you're not.
It's like Fight Club.
Only thing that Paul, well, these were like, you know, talking about Arya Stark or something.
Don't know what you mean.
Her and the blacksmith.
What? Did she get naked?
What? Spoiler alert.
Did she get naked?
I'm
Are you
not-
kidding us, right?
I'm not
Is
sure.
that like, is that wrong that we watched her grow up?
Is it wrong that we watch it grow up?
From our garden shed.
Is it actually her though, or is it like a body double?
I don't know. How have I keep on forgetting certain buttons? Where is full screen gone again?
Where are you? More importantly, you can't see you.
You're not allowed to see me. That's why you've got the visual on. More
Uh,
options.
I just have Z's picture.
Why?
Frickin' how loud was that? The surround sound.
You got headphones on?
Yeah, but I heard him upstairs as well.
Because he is upstairs.
So wait a second. So you only have Z's picture on?
Yep.
Yeah.
But we just said turn it over to the image with the banners and stuff like that, and you went.
We can't, because you're off.
Yeah, because you had control of that.
You're off.
Oh crap.
That's what I said to you before, we
Right.
can't see.
And I think we should have another starting tune. And we're back again. Woo!
You broke it.
Hello, everybody.
Whoa!
What are you doing over there?
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
Ah! Hello, everyone.
So
Oh,
what we'll do is we'll edit out that first bit where you.
Bashed one off.
What?
People are now rewinding to the beginning of the stream. What?
We missed that?
Because that's what we tune in to see. I'm still off camera.
You're
Right.
not?
My chair
You're not.
is at this angle with a
No,
still
you-
camera.
Chair's behind you.
You're off camera.
That's
I can
what
see
it
you.
looks like Skeletor's hand, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's actually a big fucking meaty hand, but yeah, it's like.
That looked like one of those prosthetic ones.
Ah. Right. Follow the pack.
Ow!
Was that how or ow?
Ow.
I'm not sure if it's going to take off that.
Why?
Follow the pack. Aroo!
It is gonna take off.
Do it,
Can you
do
see
it
that?
more like the 300. See what?
Nothing.
Can I see nothing?
If you can't see it, then that's good enough for me.
If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. I dream of a huge cock.
Gary?
Gary? What?
He likes it up the Gary.
He just likes to tell people.
Mm.
Morning, Holt. Gary! Sorry, Gary. Right. Let's go. I've got literally 3 different angles of the same footage. I don't know what to look at. Does it look like I'm staring at you guys at this point?
No.
Is it because I'm fucking bong-eyed? So it still doesn't look like I'm looking at you?
No. I can just see. I can't see your eye. I can see one eye.
Is that my evil name? I don't get it.
No.
The camera's straight on.
Yeah, it's because it's the reflection of your screen
Of me milk bottles.
of your milk bottles.
Jab
yeah.
jaws.
I tell you, man, these are so good I can see through the monitor what the cats are doing on the other side. Right, I'm gonna sit straight on. Right.
Mhm.
See, it's. I wonder if my monitor's not straight
Oh, your table.
on my table.
Setting up Twitch for Dummies by the Cortex. That's all it is.
Is it not
That's all this stream's about.
set up Twitch by dummies?
We
Right.
can never get it right. What have you done?
I've just
People
noticed-
tune in.
I've just
people
noticed
tune
that you've
into
been
this
tied
shit,
to
you know.
the chair. He's like the cat. You got to tie him to the chair, otherwise he runs off.
I'm tied to the chair.
Uh,
Can you see that?
Yes.
Can everyone else see that?
No.
That's okay then.
But I'm
No, you know, I'm not actually tied to the chair.
But I'm going to change that in a second, hopefully. Let's see what happens if I press this button. Last time I said that, it turned Skype off. Holy shit! There's loads of you.
I'm grown.
There's no need to groan.
It's a gross bit.
Look at that. Huh? See that? That's because I'm a master.
Master of disaster.
Right, enough of this crazy stuff. How's
That's what
everybody doing?
people are tuning for. People are tuning in just for this, to watch us try and
Start a game.
start. Yeah.
And at the end go, right, thanks everybody, good night.
That's the testing done. See you later.
The fact that up again. Right, yeah, sure.
Arnung done it.
So,
Cortex
Yeah.
episode 23. Book
what is
2,
that in your hand? Oh, okay. I didn't really. What's he got?
And,
Looks like a torch.
what do you think? Yeah, so it's overall episode 23. Cortex episode 23. My god, we've done this 22 times before.
I'm still broken it.
It was so much
Yeah.
more fun back in the day. Book 2, Empire in Flames, 11:15 IC, episode 5 of Empire in Flames, chapter The Path of the Righteous. Mm-mm. It's not necessarily referring to you.
Yeah.
So, what happened
Yeah.
in episode 4 of Empire in Flames? Well, a very quick recap. Obviously, you guys have. I thought that was a sippy cup.
It is a sippy cup for adults.
No. It's a sippy cup for adults. You're trying to put the cup to your mouth sideways.
It burns.
just coffee everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
The hell are we talking about? Who am I? Ah, yeah, sure. Well, yeah, so today we've got Talbot and Holt. They are reprising their role as Arnung and Fordel, respectively. They are Tal worshippers, originally starting out their early years, orphans, taken in by a secret sort of military-ish, protectors of the Glades, the Longshanks Rangers. However, inducted into the secret order of the Brotherhood of the Stag, where people with more darker personalities are found a place in society to look out for. Still pointing off camera.
I noticed.
He went
That
Way.
put his hand
That
down.
way.
Try again.
Flip.
Nope. Still hasn't done it.
That way.
right is left and left is right.
Only if you've got it the wrong way.
Yeah, but I don't know how to flip it. Is that way?
I take it you
That-
weren't actually you were like that. Stop! You're trying to poke him in the ear.
Uh, uh,
What's with
Is
the
that what it
noises?
is?
I just heard my own voice. That sounded a bit girly.
oh, it's that. I have to go that hand. Come
What do you
here.
mean?
Ah!
What? What?
What? We've lost the plot. Right.
So yeah, so living a life of crime, you met up with Framling, you travelled south, found out that the shit had well and truly hit the fan from his point of view. You were quite bemused by what was going on and eventually ended up north. You were then given a contract to assassinate, of all people, the Emperor, Boris Goldgather the Incompetent, because he is a weak, what's the term, a weak puppet of the Sigmarite Church, and the Sigmarite Church has already been found to be corrupt, having its last two church leaders, as it were. You've got Ulrich, and I've suddenly forgotten the head of the church for the Sigmarite world. Who cares? I want to say Arco-Flagellant, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it is either.
Pretty sure that's 40k.
Yeah. Why has my mind gone blank? It doesn't matter. It doesn't help the plot. Either way, the head of the church, the first one was found to be a corrupt head of the head of church was found to be corrupt and a follower of the Dark Gods and was burned at the stake in Nuln. His successor and then died suffocating on his own neck fat. So the church is kind of a little bit sort of weak and believed to be pretty much thoroughly corrupt. So our Ulrich, the head of the Ulrican church, has decided to take that matters in his own hands, or at least you've been contacted by a member of the Brotherhood of the Wolf, a fanatical aspect of the Ulrican faith.
Is it the Order of Howling Wolf?
Yes. Found a note there, did we?
I did.
Zacharias Elazar, and he tasked you with heading to Carroburg to assassinate the Emperor. You went with, you went that night, as it were, that day. You went on board the Minotaur, and arrived within a couple of days.
Which is a ship.
Yes.
Not actually riding a Minotaur.
Now that man's hardcore. He rode a chaos beast into the Empire's palace. You alright? Just give him some hay. He'll be okay. You know, sorry, but yeah, who am I? So with that in mind, you got to Carroburg and you found it to be a hive of military might. The combined Elector Counts had formed their troops up. You saw knights errant and men-at-arms, all wearing the tabards and carrying the banners of all of these houses around you. And yeah, the camp stretched out across the countryside. The harbour had been extended upon to allow for the extra military ships. And they were all pretty much packed out with supplies. The docks themselves were just a mess of people going backwards and forwards. And you could see basically it was a city on the verge of war. And the combined Imperial Army effectively was here. You eventually got access to the palace where you tripped over the first hurdle, but was saved. Because you were told basically the mission is get access to the Emperor, become known so that you're not questioned as you're wandering around the joint, and in 3 days' time, on the night of the third day from now, the Emperor and all of the Elector Counts will be holding a sort of a gala, an event for the Count Justin di Cristofaro, in an effort to gain a stallion support in the upcoming military event. So, having entered the palace, you were also told the most important thing at this stage is to get the Prince of Barryburg, the Elector Count of Nordland, Victor von Remer, to leave. He is by far the most die-hard staunch supporter of the Emperor, and also has command of the largest military presence. And therefore, assassinating the Emperor, they wanted this to be done in the background. Obviously, nobody wants to see that. But at the point that you do it, there was you had Johann von Schattenlass was going to stand up on a dais, where the Emperor was expected to be, and declare the Emperor's death and how the Church of Ulrich was going to take over running of the Empire in its darkest and dire need. If Victor von Rehmer was still there, that would not happen. The Elector Counts would rally to his cause, and the Ulrichans would be put to the sword, no doubt. So the plan all hinged on him being out of the way, because he has fully almost half the army is under his banners. So report that Nordland had fallen to the plague. You did that.
Very badly.
Yes.
You did that with precision. Did a good job.
Yeah.
Of a square peg in a round hole.
At which point, so he had met Captain Galen, a knight of the Nordland province, but he also met Sir Osric, and he had a particular tabard that was very distinctive, a black triangle downwards design with a wreath and skull and that sort of thing. You didn't know who he belonged to, but he's a young man and he carried himself with absolute authority, and he came to your rescue effectively. He's obviously a support. He's an Ulrican, no doubt, and seeing that things were going to go wrong, being able to put two and two together, you feel that Victor von Rehmer and Captain Galen basically went to Sir Osric and brought him in on it, and Osric basically said, "They're idiots. This is who they work for. Don't know why they told you otherwise." You got an impression, however, though he had a role to play, and therefore had been brought in on it, there was no love lost between Captain Galen, Victor von Rehmer, and Sir Osric. Obviously, Galen and Rehmer are close. Yep. Captain Galen is obviously a Nordland knight. Victor von Rehmer is the Elector Count of Nordland, so he's obviously a high-ranking knight within his retinue. However, Sir Osric, there was a professional level between the two. He was brought in for a reason when there was doubt cast upon your story, but there's obviously they don't like each other. Yeah. And obviously Osric was very much a blue blood, very, upper class and typical sort of member of the nobility, really. Anyway, you were given accommodation in the recently emptied barracks, where a large contingent of the Nordland men-at-arms, well, the knights, it was in the palace, and then they were all boarding the Nordland ships. So you're actually, even though it's crowded outside, not everyone's going, they're not going to all be given rooms in the palace. So this is where the knights of the Nordland camp were staying. They're now boarding ships. They're preparing their horses. So you ended up in a barrack room of 10 beds, completely clean. Obviously, servants have been in there. There's a mattress on a bed frame pillar there. Blankets have been folded up. There was metal boxes on the bottom of the bed. At the bottom of the bed, they're empty. But clearly, the fact that this room is empty is it was obviously up until that moment it had been part of the Nordland area. So you are a couple of levels down, a distance away. That was your room. You were brought up into the war room. And sitting sort of like on the outskirts of it, you got to speak to a number of Elector Counts. The Avaland Elector Count, came across as a bit of a lunatic, bit of a madman. Not in the sense of like, oh, crazy madman, as in a little bit touched in the head. So you met a couple of the Elector Counts who were interested in finding out news of Nordland. Ultimately, the rest of the Elector Counts you could see were very much antagonistic towards giving Rehmer and Nordland any more freedom, allowing their army to leave. And sitting back, you realise that though the Emperor is the figurehead and ultimately the ruler, he rules at the behest of these these elector counts, and if they can't be made to agree, it can be quite difficult. So it's a political position as well as anything else. But while you were there, you could see that there's a carved motif of the Empire, and you can see where there's plans for troops to move an area, and you can see that it's not a military campaign. It's not a campaign of invasion by any means. I mean, don't get us wrong, you were trained in tactics and warfare to a high level, so you are capable of looking at these things, even though you've never seen a war room or a campaign set out. You can easily work out what you're looking at. And this is more of a relief operation that's being planned. Even though you've got a hell of a lot of military guys out there, the discipline is needed to get the food, medical supplies, etc., to a beleaguered populace that's been devastated by 4 years of the Black Plague. And you can see that these ships, the military ships, had been outfitted more for transportation than actual war. It did give you pause. Specifically, Arnung started a question, effectively why you're here. The Emperor's clearly not this weak man, this person that's just sitting, partying away and having banquets, waiting for his population to survive or don't and not caring. This is a man that you can see is drawn. He's got evidence of rapid weight loss. His skin is pale from lack of sun. His eyes are blackened from lack of sleep. And he's got a man that's under a huge amount of pressure. But you spent that first day arrival in the palace area listening into this guy, and he's got a passion for his people. He wants to do right by them, and he's trying to work a way on how to get these much needed supplies to areas worst hit initially without losing the people that are bringing it in. How do you transport food and supplies into a plague-ridden area without then transporting the plague back and killing the troops that are trying to help? And that's his biggest concern, his biggest problem. So ultimately, the day passes, and it is further reinforced that he's a good man, he's a clever man, he is a ruler. But how do you fight a plague that kills within 24 hours? So at the end of the night, there's a lot of he's obviously going to go on. He calls for some of his main advisors to stay with him. Otherwise, the rest, including yourselves, are effectively relieved to to find some rest or go about. Because that's the other thing, is they're making decisions. Somebody has to go out of the room and actually start these plans, to enforce them. And you find yourself outside the palace, deep into the night. You're aching from standing there with your full kit on, with your Nordland tabards over you. But you've listened in, you've heard what's going on. Are you heading back to your dormitory, your barracks, or what do you think they're doing? You need to have a discussion on what to do. You haven't had a chance to go, right, what have we seen? What can we do? So yeah. You're very quickly outside, and very quickly people move off, leaving you to your own devices. These tabards are, there's no actual Nordland ranks here, they've all gone. So wearing the Nordland tabard, there's nobody, you find yourself in a lucky position quite quickly, because if you're going somewhere and somebody sees what you're doing there, you can say, blah 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 told me to. Because there is nobody from Nordland here to deny it. But of course, you're in the palace, you're wearing a uniform, you can see that people walking past, they just think, well, if you're here, you're supposed to be here.
So whereabouts are we now?
Effectively,
Back in the...
Yeah, in the main atrium with the very long, sweeping curved table. The big, heavy doors to the war room have been closed. You can see several knights. They're not wearing the full helm, but you can see they're in full plate mail. They all have the tabard that Sir Osric was wearing. Effectively, we've got this knight tomorrow is day 2. Day 3, you've got until the speeches are over to get into get close to the Emperor, and you've got to kill him in a particular time for this to work. You'll have a very short window while the guests gather, and obviously, it'll be said, along the lines, it'll be like an orator, somebody announcing the arrival of the Emperor, blah blah blah. And at which point you've got to do the deed, and as he dies, that's when Johann will take to the stage instead of him. So technically, remember, this is day 1.
And we've got to do it on day 3, wasn't it? By day 3.
You've got to do it on day 3.
On day 3.
Before. So basically, what you've got to do is you've got to wait till all the guests are in the main room, the banqueting hall. The Emperor won't be there. He'll be waiting to be announced, and that's when you must strike. If you strike before then, it obviously doesn't work. Because Johann wants the full combined might of the Elector Counts to be there, apart from obviously the Nordland Elector Count. So he stands up and says, the Emperor's dead, Ulrich is, the Church of Ulrich is now taken over, and all the Elector Counts are going to have no choice but to go, copy that. You can't kill him too soon.
What are your thoughts, Fordel? Does this look like the incompetent gold gatherer emperor that people speak of?
No, this looks like a total setup. This is just the rich playing their games again, using the gods as their methods.
Have we grown a conscience?
Conscious?
I didn't say that.
No, this just all sounds
and
smells off.
Pays well, though.
Yeah, pays well.
So are we in this for the money? Or are we in this for doing the right thing? What is the right thing?
So to quickly make it clear, the one thing obviously on your mind is one side is that you are guys that smuggle as your criminals and you take money as you see fit, and that's just a big, well-paid job, and that can make a big difference in your own organisation. But of course, the other side of it is that you are part of the Brotherhood of the Stag, and the whole purpose of that was to see bring justice to the people in power that were corrupted. So you do have a situation. Yeah, if he was weak and all that sort of thing, that's just a job to sort it out. But as you say, as both of you have alluded to, at this point, could it be the fact that your job is to not kill the Emperor, it's to save him, because somebody in the priesthood, the Ulrican priesthood, is the true enemy? Or, as Fordel mentioned on the trip here, the other aspect of the concept is perhaps the Brotherhood is actually really its path is to protect the bloodline. Is this Emperor the bloodline of Sigma or not? Or are you there to just make sure that whoever's the greatest enemy to the Empire is, that's who you target? Is it the Empire, or is there a bloodline?
So long story short, Fordel, how are we killing the Emperor? Pointy and stabby? Poison?
Well, we've got 2 days to figure it out.
2 days to sharpen the knife.
Yeah, and the target might change by then.
More targets. Who are you thinking?
Johann. Yeah.
Have you got a side gig?
No.
Is this another mission that I'm unaware of?
No, this just all smells wrong.
So we're killing Johann?
I don't know who we're killing. We're getting the information first, and then we do it, which is what we're trained to do.
Remind me of my training.
Well, obviously you forgot.
level up his experience.
We don't do XP in this.
But if we did, he'd
No.
be level fucking 25 by now. You?
No, he won't.
You haven't even successfully tied your shoelace.
Shut up, you.
That's what I do.
He's like, God level, and you're like, I could use a stick. Oh, hello, P. Ah!
Yeah. Woo!
Puff, halt.
I dropped my pen. Oh, yeah. We're there to take out the corrupted. And the corrupted's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So
And
what
the
are you
fact-
saying? We're killing every... Where's he gone? What's he doing?
I was just being somebody in the crowd, like, going,
No, there goes Tal. There goes the stag.
Hi. What do you think, Tal?
now he goes, hey, stop calling me.
We call Tal in every game, no matter what game. So what you're saying, Fordel, is that we are killing absolutely everybody in this room because every single rich man is corrupt.
Well, didn't you bring Manbane?
Did I bring Manbane? I'd never leave home without it.
So
What do you think of that cup?
What do you think this is?
Oh, shit. I drink Manbane for breakfast. Manbane by Star Boo.
Lord.
Lord.
Lord. Lord Tal.
Lord.
Yeah.
Star Child.
Lock up your
Oh,
doors. Darkest Marvel character ever. Let
Yeah.
Retro change his background.
Rick.
International person that runs through all the different planets and jumps out of pods, shouting surprise at women.
Are we still talking about what are we talking about?
No idea.
You're talking about the Bushman.
So,
Bush guy.
Wait, I don't know Bush guy. Oh, that Bush guy.
Yeah, the Bush guy who pops in from behind a bush with a club.
Shouts, surprise! Must be legal.
Home run.
Sure.
So, Wolfbane.
Wolfbane? Like, dogs are fucked.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna kill everyone's dogs.
It's a bit spicy. What did you put in the cup? Ah, wrong bottle. Chili flakes. Right.
But we leave the cats.
So, obviously, because Cortex Cat is here, putting out a paw through my chair with one claw and going into my leg. It wants to be on camera. Right. Are you...
Right.
So your decision needs to be whether or not...
Well, apparently Fordel thinks we're killing everybody. So we're just gonna have one big fight with everybody. We could just blow up like Parliament. We could blow it up, not like Parliament because it never actually went ahead.
Your example is flawed in reality. What? Like Parliament?
Not like Parliament.
Did I get captured and set on fire? Good plan. It took a lot to make sure I got captured. Making up shit.
So we do the plan of Parliament, but actually finish it
without the gunpowder, because that doesn't
without
exist.
the gunpowder and the explosion, and finish the job.
So not like the House of Parliament at all.
So nothing like House of Parliament at all.
Excellent. Are you not investigating them? So is Fordel saying he wants to investigate to see who the true enemy is, and he's aware of the ticking clock before a decision is made? Whereas Arnung is like, well, I'm a little bit... Nah, bollocks, let's just kill the Emperor.
No, I didn't say that.
And that's pretty much exactly what you said.
I am with Fordel. No, I am with Fordel.
Classic. Oh, Fordel. He's not over
I'm
there.
sick of this bloody camera. Fordel. Right is left, left is
So
right.
basically, we'd set out the whole and and you went, right. So we're killing the Emperor? So that is effectively what you said.
No. I have not made any decisions. Arnung has not made a decision yet. I
We've
will
noticed.
reserve judgment until I have all the evidence laid out.
Until I've run out of time and I've got no choice, I just think, sod it, stab.
Yes.
Stab the nearest person.
It's a
We
maze.
have 3 days.
You don't have 3 days?
We don't have
We have-
3 days.
2 days.
We have Where's the day gone?
Will you stop touching the camera?
You've just spent the whole day in the throne room.
I've done nothing. I'm not touching anything. What happened to this?
Apart from your cup.
Where's that hand?
Which hand?
The one on the cup.
You can see that? I
No.
can't see that.
The other one.
Which under one?
The one that's hidden under the camera. You're stroking your leg.
I'm not stroking my leg. This hand.
Right.
No, right.
Wolverine.
So, what?
Hey. Can't wait till that grows back.
So, what's on the table in front of us? Anything or
Nothing.
nothing?
0. Bugger all.
We don't want to complicate things.
There was originally, but now that we're on a time frame, the table's clean.
Damn you, mates!
Um,
Getting rid of all this plot device.
so,
We do what we do. Go and gather the information.
go. I'm with
Where's
you.
Johan? Johan?
Yeah,
What's going on?
Let's kill Johan and the Emperor.
So you have Is he the line? Is he the bloodline? The Emperor?
Oh, let me go and take his blood.
Why don't you? I want a DNA test.
Pretty sure Framlin's the only one who can do that.
Coming out with that sort of science-y, pokery-dokery, it sounds like witchcraft to me. We should burn Arnung immediately. What's he talking about? Keeps on looking at his wrist for the time. I mean, what the hell? That's
It's
the
a
size of a
massive
sundial.
sundial.
I mentioned DNA. This guy's like throwing flames and shit.
You've just killed the entertainment.
I stepped away from
Look
all
at this guy, he's throwing flames, get him! What? He can breathe fire! Chaos monster!
So,
It's just a chili.
He doesn't get out much.
no, I don't. So, Fordel, let's go and find out more about this Emperor so I can decide whether I'm going to stab him on day 3.
Yes. Say that in front of the royal gods.
Oh, they're standing behind me, aren't they?
They're kind of shuffling awkwardly.
Did you just say kill the Emperor?
Embler?
No.
Yes, he did say kill the Embler. Repeatedly.
I didn't say kill the Emperor.
That's why they're not bothered, because they're thinking, oh, somebody must have created a really shit sign for him.
Oh, Embler, they're going to kill you.
You're fucked. Told you should have fixed that ball.
Right then.
So now that he's made a decision,
Where's the banquet hall? Do we know?
you haven't seen it, but you can have a wander around.
Okay.
Or you can ask.
We're
Right.
going to
There are
we're gonna
many
scout-
servants.
we're going to scout the area. We're going to find
You-
out where the banquet hall is.
Servant, show us the banquet hall.
It's over there, my lord.
There
Why
you
is
go.
Why is everyone in this place old?
Yeah.
Chaos.
They're not, they're just broken after a lifetime of servitude. It's not obvious. You, servant! Yes!
Well, that's more like it.
This way!
Yeah, servant of the empire.
Oh! I don't know what the gear hand was for. Oh. Right,
It's-
takes you down. So basically, the main part of Carroburg itself, the palace is very large and very round. Inside, however, it is generally just one big large cross with the thoroughfare that leads to the war room, which traditionally isn't a war room. There's a banquet hall and a ballroom and this sort of thing. They're all off to either side. and then multiple floors will then go into the living accommodation and go below into the kitchens. There's the gardens in the left sort of triangular section of the outside cross. So very quickly you get a layout of this particular floor, the open areas effectively, which are off
Blind
the main
spots?
corridor. For snipers, yeah, plenty. um, but yeah, you go into the ballroom where you have been told the banqueting hall, not the ballroom. The banqueting hall itself, you can see, has already been laid out, ready for the Estalian ambassador and his retinue, as well as all the Elector Counts and their hanger-ons and people in favour. So effectively, what you've got is you've got a raised dais at one end, and there's a very large table. By the chair that's in the centre, you'll expect the emperor to be there. Traditionally, his wife and family would sit on either side of him with his the Reichsmarshal and people of import within his house. And then below that, you've got these big, large tables which the other houses will sit upon. The closest to him, to his table, are the houses and provinces that are in favour. It's very political in that sense as well. And as yet, you can't tell looking at these tables who's going to be sitting where. However, um, behind, as you walk into the banqueting hall itself, you can see that there's a further raised area behind. And this entire place is draped heavily in big, thick, heavy velvet curtains. There is a viewing gallery that runs along the entire upper level, where you'll expect that during certain visitation, certain ceremonies, etc., that's where the women will be, because it's still a very martial period in the Empire's history. But at the back there's a further raised area in a slight alcove, and you can see that there's a door hidden away within it, and that will lead out to this dais where the Emperor will come out the door and he'll stand and go and he'll address the banqueting hall. Sorry, Arnung, sorry, Fordel, was your ship on rocky water there? Ooh.
No, I was just doing my noting that my head was blurring at the top.
Crazy. Nope, it's gone again. So yeah, you can see exactly where he's going to be when it happens. You walk to the back, you find the door. It's a small door. It's supposed to be in, this alcove that recedes back, so that the Emperor will literally appear out of nowhere. Effectively, it's quite well designed, no doubt dwarven, built. You open that door, and you find a small antechamber with a very big, large, open archway looking out over some of the imperial gardens. You can see there's heavy foliage, trees, all thick with blossom. Some of which are clearly not from the old world, not from the Reich Basin. Um, yeah, you can see there's some short tables, some seats, window seats with velvet red cushions lying upon them. And this is where the Emperor will be able to sit and commune before he goes out. From here, there's a door left and right, both lead into corridors, which then lead into other rooms, and then eventually back into the main thoroughfare.
Right. So look around that little room. See if there's any like secret entrances. If there is, could be useful.
No, so barring the wall that the door is in that you've entered from the banqueting hall,
Yeah.
this is it's a garden veranda essentially. So there's no glass, there's no walls. It is these big open archways that allow the royalty, the emperor and his family, if there was any, to sit out in the sun. You're one floor up, so even though you've came in, remember that
Oh yeah.
you're on a hill. This actually dips down into the royal gardens below.
What about any entrances into the royal gardens?
From here you can't see. There's certain parts that you can where there's like you can see that there's a light pebbled pathway that lead in some manicured lawns, but most of your sight is hidden by these trestles full of vines and blooming flowers and trees and plants and that sort of thing. You are one floor up at this point. Looking down, it is easily scalable by anybody with just a will to climb. It's about an 18-foot drop. But it's the wall itself. It's an old wall. You can see there's multiple areas where hand and footholds are visible.
Okay.
If you when you do open those doors and look down, you can see that these corridors, on the other hand, have no windows. And at this moment in time, though they do have torches in scones brackets, they haven't been lit.
Well, just on the off chance, I'll go and walk down
Follow
each no, each
one
one
of
and
these
just.
gotta be a
I'm
secret
just
door.
checking. I don't know what this place is, so. Oh,
Somebody's walking around snapping all the brackets off the walls. Right bastards. Vandals. Not that you can find. No.
all right.
So
So
where's the Emperor now?
He's still in the war room.
Oh, can we access the war room?
You can go back and try.
That means no.
Well, you haven't tried. You just left
Oh.
with everybody else.
Alright, okay.
So you're heading back to the war room? Bear in mind you are effectively, as far as you can tell, in private at this point. Standing on this veranda looking at, and it's not a veranda in the sense of like like
yeah.
it's actually a solid piece, and that's just a guard on top. No doubt beneath here there is something else.
All right. Yeah, I'll try going down.
What, you're going to go
Right,
back to the
so
war room?
I'm gonna see. Yeah, go back to the war room.
Okay. Arnung, you going with them?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you go back at the main atrium, the main cross section between the two, that divides the Sentinel Palace. You walk back towards the main war room's doors, where there are, like I say, knights in the same, obviously of the same order, as Sir Osric. And as you approach, they both obviously see you because you can't get near them without being seen. And as you approach and distinctly have identified by the way that you're walking that you want to enter, they open the doors for you. And you pass by
Go on
into
in.
the war room. Inside the war room, you can see the Emperor standing by the table. He is alone at the table itself, but the room isn't empty. To the right-hand side, remember I said that there was other tables with food on and that sort of thing, and
Yeah.
refreshments. Um, you can see that there are three, um, obviously, commanders or three people of authority, and they're sitting back. You can see they've got a tankard of ale and they're picking at some food. But the conversation is pretty well. There is no conversation. They all look tired. Um, they are not wearing anything distinctive that identifies the house or the province that they're from, or in fact at what rank they are. If they factor in here, there must be somebody of import, or at least that would be an easy assumption. Doesn't mean it's correct. But the door's open, there's no way to hide that. You walk in, you see these guys, you see them look up, and then just go back to that sort of, I'm taking a break, I'm exhausted, but it's going to be a long night ahead of me sort of look about them. The Emperor, on the other hand, does not look up at you at all. He is literally looking over this table, he's got some parchments by him, you can see he's pondering something.
Just look, not moving, but just looking around the hall.
Okay, it's a tall hall. There are, like I said, there's ancient tapestries and banners of each house, of each province. I keep on saying house, of each province, as well as other paintings depicting various different um, emperors in all their regalia. Dominant, of course, is one of Sigma standing above above a piled corpse of orcs, a large warhammer in his hand. He's depicted as this golden angelic warrior. His armor is, however, quite brutal compared to the look on this guy's face with his long blonde hair and very sort of manly structured face and big bombs and this big hammer. It's a very big, much of an action pose as it were, but and the armor is like of dull. It is plate of such. A heavy wolf pelt is over his shoulder, and that's the dominant sort of banner, the largest as it were. But again, though high vaulting, and you can see the timber supports on the roof, there is no actual floor above. To the east, effectively, as you're looking up the main hall, to the east, the wall is again very common that you've noticed these large these archways, and you can see there's a veranda outside there. Unlike the others, they have lead-lined glass inside them to protect from the outside. The left wall is solid stone with all these banners and weapons and that sort of thing. And at the back of the room, you can see is another sort of curvature of stone.
I take it you're still looking at the war effort.
Yeah, you're still looking at the carved empire, the table of the empire. Since you've been there, he's moved around the table and he's moved a couple of flags. You can see the little bits of bits of wood with spikes on them, and upon them they've got small flags. One's of a red dragon, another one of the golden background with the red eagle, of Talabek land and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can see clearly the black background with the golden eagle of Nordland.
Yeah.
All of those banners have been moved into the Nordland aspect of the plan area, indicative of Nordland no longer being here but having travelled back. Not that he's going to be there yet. He'll still be on the Reich at this point with the even tide, but from a planning point of view, Nordland is no longer part of their army. You do note, standing there this long and not moving, with Fordel having obviously been staring around the room, you are starting to come to the attention of the three men who are sort of staring at you now, like, who walks into the room with the Emperor and just stands there?
We're just watching the Emperor so carefully.
Well, were we made off duty, or because we're meant to protect the Emperor, aren't we, for the time being?
I mean,
That was your cover story, yeah. That was
Yeah.
reinforced by Salzrick.
Yeah. So,
I'll just go and stand by the Emperor.
But real close.
I'll just, just like, enough to sort of, casually look over what he's looking over.
So he's looking down at the plan, and you walk
Yeah.
up to a uncomfortable slide out and sit down. Without looking up, you see him reach past you, past himself. He just absent-mindedly just puts his hand out towards you, without looking. Kind of does this sort of
high five. No.
Man, ninja.
I'll go over to him. I think that's what he means.
He stops.
Is he gesturing over?
So he stops and looks at you and goes, "Well."
What about what I think this looks like one big shit.
You're not a messenger.
What are your plans for the north?
He looks down at your tabard. Victor has left you here then.
Yes.
To indicate his interests. Well, come. As you can see here, we have Talabek land and we have Ostland have been completely wiped out. We have nobody there. And though it pains us that there will no doubtly be survivors there, we cannot risk going that far east. We must stay close by. We must first start with the Reichland. Altdorf is just on the other side. It is moments away from us, but its walls are high. My advisors tell me that the Reichland is not our biggest concern. Each one of them is vying for their control, for my dedication. That's all. Fordel's just frozen. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's back.
No, he's back. He did freeze for a little bit.
Yeah, I thought he was just like, well, of great interest. each of my counts vies for my time, saying that theirs is the most important. Only up until now did Victor stand back and advise me such. We have von Wilswert. He says that Averland can bring its cavalry to bear, but I don't think he quite grasps what we're trying to do here. If we head down through Reichdorf, nope. If we head down through the Reichland, we then able to dispatch our troops. Our scouts will indicate to us where the most likely places are that we can set up different camps. I have in my mind that to stop the spread, it is 4 years on with no sign of abatement. If we were to build supply camps and then retreat from them and allow the populace to come out, they would have to be quick. Our men in there with their wagons and then retreat. Those survivors who no doubt by now are either immune or have already got it, but at least they will have food and water and medical supplies. May Ulrich and Sigma both stand by us here, and hopefully there are doctors still there. But if I was to leave my troops there, they would risk contamination. But if I don't leave my troops there, the food is under risk from brigands, I've been told, that are running rampant. The road wardens themselves have been vital in the information that's being passed to us. Nuln is decimated, yet Middenheim still stands strong. What other towns and cities have managed to survive this, we can't tell. And that is my greatest quandary. How do I get the food down there and the supplies to these places with the least risk to the soldiers that are working for us? We have Todbringer, who has until recently been able to keep Middenheim safe, but Midland itself is in the grips of the plague. He wants to use his troops to take supplies to his people. Hopt Anderson wants to go to Stirling for the same reason. I'm trying to get them to understand that the Empire is one. It stands as one. Otherwise, my counts will fight over the food supplies and the medical supplies instead of targeting them where they are most needed and can be most beneficial. It keeps me up at night, but some places are just too dangerous, too lost. If we were to strike there first, we could lose everything. Where to go first? Where? Nordland, it only came to my attention today that the plague has begun, yet messengers came and said that only as it partially moved into the east. If Victor can get there in time, perhaps he can protect it. But of course, unlike the rest of the Empire, Nordland is, well, a large section of it is covered by the elven forests. How will they deal with the plague? It might be that Nordland being this far north and spread so wide that the plague will not hit as bad as it has in other places. So many questions and not enough answers. I know you're from Nordland, but if Victor has left you here as an advisor in his stead, then he must think highly of you. What do you think?
I'm struggling to think why they called you the Gold Gatherer. You're clearly an honourable man.
Somebody has to be blamed. I've spent the last 4 years doing what I can, saving who I can. I gathered the troops here who were in fallen provinces. Gold gather might have been from the fact that I was trying to get enough finance together to bring other people in to help. I've asked the Bretonians, they've refused, though they were quite happy to try and take some payment in bribes. The Stallions are due here tomorrow. They're only here if we are willing to pay for their time. Perhaps it is misguided, but somebody has to be blamed. And why not blame the Emperor? I've heard the stories, I've heard the insults. They call me Gold Gather, they call me the incompetent. I could stand here all day and tell you how Ludwig left the Empire in ruin, and that I've actually managed to bring some of the finances back to the court so that it could be distributed. I could tell you that he left the place almost lawless. But I don't deal with excuses.
It seems that the only folks benefiting from the plague is the noble.
It isn't true, my friend. The nobles, though they've got a higher chance of survival being able to leave, understanding that you can't travel out of your nearest hamlet, they are struck down just as easily as the common folk. They are not
And
getting
that's
these. Yes, they are being fed well because they're here, but these are the people that will bring back the empire from the brink of destruction. But only if we can save the common folk.
What about your enemies, Emperor?
I always have enemies. This seat will always gather enemies. To win favour in one area, you lose favour in another. I favour the Sigmarite Church, the Ulricans hate me. I favour the Ulricans, the Sigmarites hate me. I favour Stirland, and Solland hates me.
Who do you favour?
I favour none. I am the father of this great nation. It has been brought to ruin, and I must nurse it back to health. I have friends, people that I am more trusting, because they have always been there and have always protected my interests. I grew up with Victor von Riemer. We went to the same college and we were trained as knights together. When Ludwig died, of course, it was always that it would have the crown would come to me as a Drakwild emperor. I gave up my seat, and of course, my brother, Count Vilna. I don't want to talk about that. I have no favours or favourites. There are people I lean towards who always have done me well. There are others that have let me down. I don't listen to rumour, and I don't judge people based on stories.
You say you have enemies everywhere. Have you ever had a direct threat on your life?
No. Well, not that I'm aware of. Osric is in charge of the Reichsguard. If they are aware of anything that I'm not, he would be the one that would be able to tell you.
Hmm.
And being here as representative of Nordland, it's within your realm to inquire as such.
Mm-hmm. Fordel,
Uh-huh.
have you heard enough?
Well, you say you favour the Sigmarites, don't you?
No, you misunderstand me, or you misheard.
He favours no one.
As an example, I said if I favour the Sigmarites, the Ulricans hate me. If I favour the Ulricans, the Sigmarites hate me.
Yeah. Was it your brother or your cousin favour the Ulricans?
My cousin, he was a firm Ulrican. I'm a Sigmarite. I recognise Ulric, and I do offer sacrifice and prayer to him. I remember the old ways, and I follow them. But Sigma founded this great empire, and as emperor, I think it only fitting that I follow in his line. But that does not mean that the Ulrican faith suffers under me, like some of the emperors in the past, who have taken great pains to offset one over another. I have not given power, I have not given increased coin in any way to either church. It is a frail balance to try and keep them from tearing each other apart. Ulrich refused to come to Carroburg. He has been invited many times. Whereas the Archlector, as we all know, Sigma protect his latest offering, one died of excess, and the other turned out to be a worshipper of some dark gods of who I have no knowledge of. They are hardly doing well, but again, I will not suddenly denounce Sigma and the worship of him because of two strays. They have been dealt with. Their punishment was fatal and corporal. But that doesn't mean that the entire faith is corrupt, as letters from our Ulrich would state.
So who dealt with them?
Would have been the local magistrate of Nuln. May Sigma bless his soul, who is now passed.
So if something was to happen to you, Emperor, who's next in line?
I have no heirs. I am the last of the Dracvils. Perhaps if my cousin Vilna was still alive, it would have automatically handed to him, but if I do not have heirs, my house is spent. The Elector
What would
Counts,
happen?
the Elector Counts would have to convene a council and vote for the new emperor, and that would start a new dynasty. I would suspect that von Riemer would be the next emperor. He is the strongest candidate, the most powerful army. The rest of the Elector Counts would fear to bring on, especially Middenland, Talabecland for what's left of it, Nordland, Hochland. They're all within striking distance of Nordland. They would equally have, within days, half of the empire. If it came to civil war, they don't want that. They are too scared to lose what they do have, and especially in this weakened state. Especially now that he's in Nordland, of course. But the plague is far from here. And I feel well, though tired.
Well, you should probably get some rest then.
I wish. There is still so much to be done, so many decisions to be made. Even when I leave the room, I stay awake at night. Have I made the right decisions? Have I sent the right amount of troops? Have I wrote a letter of entreaty to an ally or potential ally to ask for aid? Was it wrote in a certain way? Would it offer insult? Did I put the supplies on that ship? Was it going to be enough? Would it pass this? Would it pass the storms? Even the decisions I do make haunt me.
Right.
But I thank you for your wishes.
I think I've heard enough, Emperor.
I've said very little, my friends, that you have allowed me to express some of my weight and worry upon my shoulders. You are very much like Victor. I understand why he left you here.
May we speak with you in private?
It doesn't get more private than the war room.
No, I mean private, where there is just you, Fordel, and I.
If you wish, follow me. He puts the documents down. Again, you see his hands. He's got a slight shake. It's from exhaustion, lack of food. You can see that they're stained with ink. He walks to the back.
You got a squeak there in your voice.
He walks to the back of the room. You can see that there's a door there, and he opens it up. Inside is obviously a private council chamber. You can see at the back is the sign of Sigma. You can see it's a hammer signifying Galmaraz. Above it, you can see very carefully and very well, intricately carved of a twin-tailed comet. You can see that it's at the back of this room. Before it, you can see that there's a pedestal. It looks like a cross of wood about chest height, and it ends in a small kneeling pedestal with a pillow. You've never seen anything like it before, and you can see that faces this icon of Sigma. Apart from that, the room is, it's not tiny, but it distinctly lacks anything else. It's very austere. And he walks in and, having carried a candle, lights the brackets on the walls. Come, What is it that concerns you so, my friends, that you could not speak in front of the assembled counts?
I don't. What we are about to tell you will shock you. But
You looked over and he went, okay,
I seen him looking. I was like, "What?"
I've just caught it again on the delay there. He's like that, and you go, and he's like,
What? Don't look at me with those disapproving eyes. You don't know what I'm going to say.
but it's gonna
That-
get,
that's-
you killed.
That's what's worrying
Yeah, we're
me.
going to die, aren't we?
You don't know what I'm
Yep.
gonna say? Either do you.
That's also true.
Well, I'm friends with John. Oh, well, that's all right then. That was the last. Anyway, good.
What was it? Johan. That was it.
Yeah.
We're friends with Johan.
You didn't say that.
No, you did. But that was the best you come up with. Anyway,
I
good.
can't think of his name. Yes. So, Emperor, what we are about to tell you, or what I'm about to tell you, because I'm not entirely sure how Fordel's going to react to this, whether he's going to play along or not. No, I say play along. Tell the truth. That's what I mean. Tell the truth. Speak it the truth.
Speak it the truth.
Speak.
Luigi! Speak it the truth.
Speak it the truth.
Ravioli.
I mean, Sigma, we grew up with the stories of the comet, Galmaraz. We are from Nordland,
I can
But-
tell by your stature, my friends.
yes, but we are not. We don't represent Nords.
We don't represent notes.
Victor.
Yeah,
from Raymond?
Victor.
Yeah.
We do not represent a Victor. Fordel and I are Longshank Rangers.
Your reputation precedes you.
We were tasked with a mission, and that was to kill the Emperor.
He suddenly looks a lot more nervous. He realizes that you two
I
giants
spit out my
are
drink.
between him and the door. He's
You're
sprayed
like,
ale over him. It's over your shoulder. Hits the Emperor in the face. He starts backing up. Don't know how you're expecting this to work, but he's like,
fear not, Emperor. Clearly, that isn't what we intend to do. As Longshank Rangers, we have a duty to find out who the real culprits are, who the real enemies are.
that's the Longshank Rangers? You are guardians of the glades for Tal.
Hmm.
Yes, you got it wrong again.
No, we haven't.
Really,
Yes,
Fordel?
you have. Yes, you have.
No, we haven't.
You are not filling me with confidence, my friend.
Yeah.
We can't tell him that.
Tell us what? What secret? Come clean, or I will start shouting
Stop.
for God. And though you may take my life, you will die before you can
Come
escape.
clean, or I will shout.
I'm gonna start shouting for help.
The Order, the Longshanks, are the protectors of the Glades. Arnung, you know this.
I do know.
Yeah, it's the other Order
The secret.
that seeks out the rot in the Empire.
I know of no secret order, and I am the Emperor. A secret order.
It really isn't that important right now. All you need to know is that your life is in danger. We were sent to kill you. We do not want to kill you because we can see clearly that you are not the enemy of the Empire. Is that good enough?
Not really. Keep going.
Okay. What we need to know is that Johan,
Oh, John again.
the Ulricans,
Yeah.
the church,
Johan and the Ulricans.
Johan
Johan van
Schattlas.
Schuttlas.
Von Schattenlass.
He tasked us to kill you.
you were witnesses to this. He actually directly tasked you with this.
Yes.
Then in a hearing,
3 days. We were tasked to send Victor away to lie about the plague. The plague hasn't hit Nordland yet.
you have no idea what you've done.
We are aware what we have done. This is why we have taken these measures to seek your counsel.
So you did come here to kill me.
Yes.
With every intention of doing so.
Not every intention. Say 50-50.
You just sent away half of my army. I think you were very much intentionally here to kill me.
Yes, because you see, we.
It's treason.
Yes, it is treason.
And treason
Emperor, we understand.
in itself.
We understand. Yes. Fordel and I are also mercenaries. We like the coin. But somewhere along.
When I have you
Yes.
burned.
Yeah, well, yeah, we would be burned, but I'm hoping that speaking the truth will help us not get burned.
Even though you have irreparably cost the Empire greatly.
We have not.
You sent
We were
50% of my capability. The troops
Let's-
that Nordland would provide.
Why
bring
don't
aid
we?
to the Empire.
Why don't we carry on with the plan? Not
I can't agree with
to
that
kill.
one either. Is that a threat?
No. What I mean is, why don't we make it as if you were to seek out the true enemies?
And how does that work in your world?
No.
You're
How
gonna
good are
leave
you?
here now? We killed him.
How good are you at acting?
I don't think anybody can act dead in front of a surgeon. He'll probably find out when he sees it breathing, won't he?
Depends who the surgeon is.
You'd have to be a moron. The royal
No,
surgeon wouldn't.
We could bribe a surgeon.
This is not some common barber surgeon following a war camp, cutting hair and dismembering bodies as he goes along. This is the head of the entire order.
Our job is to keep you safe. I think
I thought your job was to execute me. I think
was
the word is assassinate.
was.
What you've effectively done is assassinated the Empire, but because you've come clean, I'm going to be alright with it. Never mind, lads. No harm.
I took that pretty well.
Who else
No.
is involved? Johann von Schattenlass, who else? I want the names of every conspirator. Everybody.
Okay. We will give you names. But we also need to keep you safe.
I still have yet to identify whether or not you're actually the right people for the job. I do have
Of
the
course
Rick's guard.
right.
I should call Sir Osric and have him surround me as it is. But if you
You
give
can.
me names, I can remove the conspirators in this assassination.
But what we're trying to get, the message we're trying to get across, Emperor, is that we don't know how deep this runs. By just simply giving you the names, how do we know how deep this goes? How high up the chain it goes?
How high up the chain von Schattenlass is only one step below. Who else is he talking to? That's what I'm saying. Give
I
me
have no
names and I
idea.
will tell you who these people are.
Have you ever heard of the Order of the Howling Wolf?
Of course, madmen fanatics that even the priesthood of Ulrich has disavowed.
Mm-hmm. So that's where it comes from.
So you're telling me followers of the Howling Wolf are within my palace?
Yes.
Who else? Names. Von Schattenlass and 2 Nordland mercenaries. There's a bit of a gap in this tale.
Right. You know, taking a step back, not talking to the Emperor here.
April Fool!
April Fool! Sigh.
Oh, Victor said you'd be easy to
Yeah,
get.
man. It's just a
Oh,
joke.
you had us
Just
going.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Lols.
God, bloody Ronaldo at it again, eh?
Yeah.
You know when we met the priest?
Yep.
The original priest. Was that that Vic Johan?
No, that
Oh, what was the guy called?
so is that not Ascarius? Elazar.
Zacharias Elisar.
Sicarius, Sicarius Elisar.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I couldn't. Yeah, clarify that. So I'll say Sicarius Elisar. Maybe you know Sicarius?
No.
Okay. Well, Sicarius Elisar is the one who tasked us with this.
And your contact here is Johan.
Johan.
Shatnas.
Yes.
Then my torturers will loosen his tongue. And we'll see who else is involved in this.
Release the hounds.
Am I free to pass you by?
As long as you are free to not tell anyone else that we're here to assassinate you.
Until such times I find out who the other conspirators are.
Let us help you, because you do realize it. I mean, we're as good as dead now. We are unaware how the fanatics that are Order of the Howling Wolf. They could have eyes and ears everywhere. Who can you?
But since you took that coin, perhaps it is a decision that you can look back upon and realize this is
We
the
haven't
road.
taken any coin yet.
You're doing it for free.
Well, so we haven't taken any coin yet.
You took on a contract to assassinate the Emperor.
Wait, did we get coin? I don't handle the money.
Did no? They just offered you your weight in gold.
He offered it. I'm yet to see this gold.
On completion.
On completion, you see. So technically, it is free until you're dead. So it's a lose-lose situation because we're not going to get coin.
No, but after your...
And either way, we're going to end up dead now because, Emperor, he has, thinking that, ooh, look at these guys. I'm doing it again.
I'm right here where you're insulting me.
Emperor, look at me. I'm the Emperor.
That's what I was spoke.
Now I can see why you only carry a hammer.
Stand aside.
We are aside.
But he weren't. He's like a wall of meat. Right, step aside, he walks
Step aside.
He steps outside. Shazarek! Bring the right guard!
Oh my god.
The door immediately opens to the...
Do you want to try the subtle approach?
Turn straight in and march in. Arrest these men and detain them. Keep them safe.
Right.
Do not
pull my
harm
sword and put my sword to his neck. You want to rephrase that? Yeah.
You want me to rephrase, arrest these men and see no harm comes to them, into kill them?
What? I think Fordel's lost his mind. Fordel, put away the knife.
To put the blade to my throat. You are doing your story no justice here.
I don't know what you're planning. Could you run the plan through with me first before you pull out knives?
I can't believe I've just done an Arnung. Put my sword back.
Sorry, I don't know. This got you.
That is safe.
Total jokes. Yeah. This is the cuddly knife. This is what I do when I love people.
While you're doing that, you hear more booted feet. You see a soldier comes in. There's a load of other Reichs guards. Swords are drawn. The two other guys are bringing their pikes forward.
Yeah.
Remove your blade from my throat.
I've done that when I said I can't believe I just done an Arnung.
The Reichs guard guys charge forward and roughly disarm you.
Yeah, I hang them.
You hang them?
No, I handed them. As I could. There you go. Oh, come on.
You're roughly bound.
Yeah.
Osric, I want them safe. No harm is to come to them. And while you're at it, I want that rat, Johann von Schattenlass, detained. You can be rough with him, but I want to know that he can still speak. Osric, who we obviously know is the guy that met you down in your barracks and helped you cover your story. Yes, Emperor. Where should we detain them? Put them in the barracks. Post 2 guards outside the door.
Okay, you do realize Osric's in on this too, right? We forgot to mention him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Osric
sorry.
looked at him.
You may want to detain him also.
And if I call over, for example, Gunther here. Gunther! Relay the orders I've said. No, oh wait, are you going to tell me he's also involved? Are you going to say that everyone that... Is this man here that is holding Fordel, is he also in on it?
Terry! No, Terry's alright.
Terry? That's me duck! Terry, get down! You'll have to... Sir Osric and his family have been by my family for generations. He is in command of the Reichsguard, my personal bodyguard.
I whisper to
better
the
have
guard, can you knock me out, please? Please.
Your time will come, Fordel.
You dishonour yourself
Oh,
and Sir Osric. He is a knight and the head of the Reichsguard. Before you can do any more damage to your story.
Who's speaking?
The Emperor.
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about? It's still me! The Eversaw used to do that a lot, didn't he? What do you think, Eversaw? Who's talking to me?
Listen. Emperor.
Enough. Take them away.
Quickly.
Convene my council. I want the Elector Counts here. There is a conspiracy, and I will get to the bottom of it. Osric, like I said, 2 guards outside and then return here. Bring the most trusted of the Reichsguard. Spread the rest out as guards. Find me Johann. I want to know when he's here. You're frog marched out of the war room.
Oh.
You're not badly harmed. You're not harmed. You're not bad. You're not manhandled. You're not badly treated. You end up back in your barracks and thrust in, and as you sort of thrust in, your arms are still bound. And Osric just looks at you and goes, "Well, I always thought that the Nordlanders were stupid, but you guys have disproven that without a shadow of a doubt.
Why are we stupid?
You were given one task and you suddenly decided to just come clean.
You were given many tasks, Osric, and you failed. You failed. You
failed
failed
in
the nation.
I failed in none, and one task I was given by the Howling Wolf was that if you fail or act out in ways that is beyond our comprehension, that I am to make sure that you do not see another day. And I will not fail at that task either. Close the door. Make sure they don't get out. If they make a noise, accidentally stab one of them in the lung. My lord. As he stops at the doorway.
That one.
Because I am not alone. And he closes the cell, closes the barrack room door. There is distinctly no click or lock sounds, because it's a barracks. And you hear him march up back up the corridor with the vast majority, by the sounds of it, of the Reichsguard that escorted you down here.
How many guards were there escorted us?
There were 6 escorted you, but you were told, but the Emperor ordered 2 to remain.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not he's done that, you don't know, of course. So you're both standing there, your arms bound behind you. They're not chained.
I walk up behind him.
Dink.
Back to back.
Chained. Are we chained?
No.
Oh, okay.
Back
Just
to
roll.
back.
Yeah.
Start untying them.
Yeah, start. Yeah, go back to back, man.
It takes you surprisingly a long time to do it. Eventually, the bonds fall from your wrists.
I tie around his
They
neck.
damn their murderous knots. They're really good at tying knots.
Yeah.
It's those slip knots, man.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you undoing it? Ow! Ow! It's getting harder. I'm pulling on the wrong bit. Oh, you're good.
How many guards are outside? Can we see outside?
No.
Oh, knock on the door.
I'm stepping away from the door this time.
There's a sound of a booted foot moving outside the door, but otherwise that's it.
Hello?
You back away from the door and you notice his Warhammer still lying beside his bed.
Oh, good. I'll pick up my Warhammer.
I'll pick my weapons
You
up.
don't. You're too busy like this. Hello? He noticed.
Oh.
You didn't.
Oh, okay. What are you looking at?
Fraud.
Back of your head. So you're going, hello, hello, and you get a dink, turn around, you stand there with your Warhammer.
Oh, fantastic! Is there a door open?
No, it's your Warhammer.
Is it?
I think
Is the
Arnung
door
was-
open?
I just realised this is literally the ancestor of the Eversaw. He's looking
What?
at the door. Is the door open? No, it's your Warhammer. Oh, right. It's just the room got bigger. No, you turned round. Huh? Ah, the door's open. No, you're just facing away from it. Oh, I got excited.
No,
there.
I'm aware. I take the Warhammer.
Yep.
And there's a door open. Is it unlocked?
Oh, so you're trying to
It-
unlock. You're gonna.
Yeah.
Right. You go click and open it. Immediately,
Woo!
2 guards in full armor. Immediately round on you. Get back inside. And give me that hammer.
No. Come on in, get it.
Step in, drawing their swords.
Hit him as soon as he steps in.
Right. So the first one steps in. He's obviously in the doorway. Over the top, ridiculous swing. I take it. Head blow.
Yeah,
chest blow.
But
Kill it,
I
kill
was
him,
going to say, yeah, strike right to the head.
All right. His head it bursts. So it crushes in the remains of it into his chest. His armor keeps him upright for a moment. The guy behind, seeing the killing blow, steps, makes sure that he's not following, as this body sort of slumps in its place, blocking the doorway. And he's
Grab him, pull him in.
Kick him.
Well,
Oh,
you try to kick because he's obviously behind, so he goes to ground, but you sort of push into him, and you end up just bounced off each other.
Yeah, let me at him.
You end up literally under, as he goes like that, and you try to kick, you're on one foot, you lose your balance and fall over on the side. You're in the doorway, there's obviously the body between you, and as you're going like that, you barely get your hand back in time as he literally just goes and tries to bring the sword round. Immediately, the speed with which he brought his weapon to bear was lightning.
Alright.
You've never seen a blade move that fast. And he's still shouting, "God!"
Close down. Step out the way and get my weapons.
Well, mine's a long reach weapon. How big's his sword?
It's a
You
warhammer,
remember?
and there's a doorway.
Oh, is he out
Like,
the other side of the
ding,
doorway? Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. Ah, shit.
Well, I'll use the butt end, the long shaft, bit, the bottom bit.
So you get back
I
up,
guess.
right?
Yeah.
And you go, ha! Hua! And it goes, and he goes, and strikes the haft as you pull it away.
Oh, hit under. Is he got like what's he got on in his face?
These are Reichsguard, they're in plate mail, but his face is unguarded.
Oh, so I'll go for his face.
Right.
Stab at his face. Just step him. I'm
Steps
gonna
to-
get him back.
He steps to one side, and his arm goes up, locking the haft against the doorway, and he steps forward with his sword. You manage, literally stepping back, like that. The hammer is locked in the doorway, you pull him back along the haft, and literally as the sword's doing this, it's at your chest. It gets to the end of his arm strike, and you're able to step back, but you've only got a single grip on the edge of the hammer. Its weight of which is starting to tell as he's about to let go. You see what happens is he has to step back from the door, as this guy tries to stab him through the chest. Unlike you, he's armoured, you're not.
Did he leave his arm on? Did he leave his arm hanging?
Absolutely not.
So it was just like a stab, and
Yeah, he went "Whoop," like that to try
Oh,
and kill you. There was it wasn't an injury or a warning shot. He tried to stab you through the heart. You hear the sound of armoured feet coming down the corridor.
I'll step back in.
Are you letting go of your hammer? Because he's holding it, locked up against the door. You've got the butt end, he's only got the stick.
Oh no, I'll pull it off.
Now you pull it back.
Drag the body in.
You go over the body, he's like, that really hurt.
Why did you do that?
I am.
Oh, I completely forgot what I brought with me anyway. Shit.
As far as I understand, you've only had your Brotherhood swords with you.
Yeah.
You left
Brotherhood
everything
swords.
else.
I don't have that now.
You do?
No, you
No.
were just disarmed. Your
Were you?
Of course you were. The big disarm these men, and him saying, "I just handed me sword," before they try and take it off.
So have I got my Warhammer?
Because you weren't carrying your warhammer.
Oh yeah, originally. Oh yeah. Lucky me. That was lucky, wasn't it? Lucky bugger.
Out of the two of us, you're the one that only didn't hand in the rest of your weapons.
See, that was a smart move. This is the plan I had all along. Leave my Warhammer here. Speak the truth. We're gonna come back here. Why is he gone blurry?
Because
What's
that's
wrong
the
with my
display
eyes?
I have for you.
I'm seeing blurry stuff.
You see him just disappearing into the annals of history. Because I have no future.
No!
Smile
Now I
and
know how
wave,
Mark
boy.
McFly felt.
Ah,
You've only got moments before you're going to be massively outnumbered by guys in full plate mail.
pick up the
They
bed.
can come in one at a time, can't they?
They can easily rush you. These
Can they?
are Reichsguard. These are not common peasant soldiers. These are highly trained knights.
Which way does the door open?
Towards you.
Towards me. Okay. Well, their orders were not to kill us.
Not anymore.
No, they're not
Osric-
anymore.
Remember, that's the
So-
Emperor's word. Osric, who is a betrayer, has said kill them if they make a sound. And they're following Osric, the commander of the Reichsguard.
He did make a sound. Look, he's dead.
Very quickly put, if you stay, you're dead.
Yeah,
No
well,
chance
like
you've
it.
got- and you are
We'll rush him.
So,
I'll rush him.
well, basically, well, how are you doing it? You're doing this with the haft of the Warhammer over the spike?
No, the
with
big.
the haft?
Yeah.
So
Gonna
you
rush him.
suddenly you dive forward using your
Full.
far stronger
Yeah.
strength. You know
So-
you're not going to hurt him. And he's
Oh, no.
but you knock him. He tries to step as he goes to strike, and you're able to quickly move his arm, knocking his arm to one side.
The guy's got
basically
his
knock him.
sword, hasn't he? So you know the guy who fell the night.
Yeah.
He's still got his sword, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's on the floor.
Oh, did Fordel pick up that?
No,
Shout.
because you're in the way.
Oh, well, I brought the body in.
So you slide him to one side, and as he slides back, he's not disarmed, he's not hurt by this, he's just being overbalanced effectively. Your strength is just pushing him back. You can see behind him the corridor. You can't count. Just like in that moment, you just see the corridor. There's a little guy in his silver plate and red tabards coming down the corridor. The corridor obviously goes in the other direction as well. You step out to one side over the body. Fordel, you reach down and pick up the blade. It's a cavalry blade, heavier at one end for strike through.
They didn't happen to bring the my weapon with them, did they? Or was that someone else? No.
Yeah.
Swords law.
So you're turning and running down the corridor.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing, Arnung?
Yeah, I said
You
we're
picked up
running.
the sword. So
Yeah,
you give
he
him one
picked up
last
the
sort
sword.
of like you really sort of stick it there, shoves him back, and you turn round, hammer in hand. You are at full sprint. You are not encumbered. I mean, nobody. This is the misunderstanding that people in plate mail were heavily encumbered. Plate mail was crafted to the user. It was actually not that heavy, so you're not worried. They're not going to be encumbered by that weight. But you guys are used to running. You are very fast. You've got a high level of constitution, and though they have as well, they're not used to this sort of this. In fact, and you end up going left, right. You find some stairs, you run down them, you find another corridor, you're running away, and the sound of footsteps behind you recedes until you are completely lost in the bowels of the castle itself. Taking refuge in a darkened room, you can see that there's old furniture under cloth and possibly some kind of storeroom. As you sort of you're heavily breathing before all sounds of pursuit are lost.
Silence, Arnung.
So that was a good plan, right?
Really?
Well, we wanted an adventure. We're certainly getting one. We always wanted to see the inside of this castle, and we're getting to do that also. Good times. Good times.
So, investigation went out the window then?
Well, I've already got one kill. How many have you got? 0.
I killed a Reichsguard. Whoop, whoop.
You killed the Emperor's guards, yes.
You killed one of the Emperor's bodyguards.
Well, the main culprit
He's
is
not
the
very
leader
good.
of their god.
I did warn him. Just to be fair, I did.
Yes, you saw how that went. He's a loyal servant of my family.
Yes.
Yes.
Jokes on him.
Ha! He'd be
Ah.
laughing on the side of his face when he kills him.
Mhm. You think he's gonna arrest Shatton, lass?
No, but we're gonna
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
go.
have to kill Osric. Then we're gonna have to kill Johan. And then we're probably just gonna have to kill the Emperor because he's just useless. I mean, we tell him the truth, and he's like, Osric, these guys are, detain them. Oh my God, who does that? It's supposed to be the Emperor, man. Come on, who does that? I mean, if you wanted to kill him, right, Fordel,
You know,
we would have killed him.
your actions are so contagious. I can't believe I pulled my sword out on the Emperor just as he
Yeah,
talked,
I was surprised.
especially after you talked to him.
I was just like, oh my God, what is Fordel doing?
He's just gone Arnung. We shall now phrase that coin. Coin that phrase, shall I say? So, have you tried that necklace on?
What necklace?
You the one you got off that sparkly, smiley man in the
Oh, yeah, put it on.
punch.
Your head rocks back. Your nose starts to bleed down over your top lip.
Yeah, look, I'm wearing it.
I feel better now. Tension's released.
It's good to let it out, Fordel. I speak, I get you and Marie have there's a lot of, you should do what I do. I'm not constrained by stuck with one woman.
You know that
Yes.
is a lie.
It is not a lie.
Yes, you tell the Emperor the plan. We had 2 days left to find information together. Then we could have told him. But no! Right, that's it. Man being in the water.
Whatsoever, we're just killing everybody.
Yes.
No. What we need to do, Fordel, is find a swift resolution to this minor setback.
So, 2 days of being wanted in the most heavily armed area.
In the known world.
Yeah.
Because
Thank you, Carl.
not only is the Reichsguard looking for you, but of course, they've got the entire half of the Imperial Army here. It's like, so what we're going to do is, no.
At least we got rid of half of them.
And of course, you're the only 2 Norsemen.
Yeah.
So you just got to look
We're
out.
not going to stick out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to draw on a tash.
What we need to do is find 2 other 6.5 footers of huge build and crazy look and just blend right in.
We need to find out our Longshank friend. Give him a secret handshake and stuff, see if he's part of the order.
What Longshank friend?
Wasn't there a Longshank friend?
Who?
No?
Who?
Someone asked us about Longshanks, didn't they?
You said that.
No, because I was drinking and I was shocked when he mentioned the Longshanks and I avoided eye contact and ran off.
Yes, you mentioned the Longshanks protecting the glades and that.
No, he mentioned it.
So, being Representative Nordland, the Elector Count of Nordland had said, blah, 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 we're rangers and this sort of thing, and then you just brought up the Longshank Rangers, and, he was like, oh yeah, they're great scouts and that sort of thing. Competitors for the province's scouts.
Got you.
Just a conversation being had.
Right, okay. So where are we now? We're just in a dark room in the bowels of the castle. Can you hear anybody?
No, not at all.
Right.
No, you can't burn down the castle, Arnung.
That wasn't even on the top of my list of things to do.
It was on your list.
Yeah, that's the top of the list. So what's on top of your list? Kill everybody. What's second in list? Burn the Palestine.
Burn them all.
Burn the castle.
Kill everybody. What's the second if that doesn't work? Kill everybody by burning the castle. You know, logic. Keep up, Fordel.
You know how it works. So you don't believe that? You think I'm a one-woman guy kind of thing, like you? I'm not like you.
Not the time, Fordel. No, I'm Fordel. See, got me crazy. On.
Not the time, Fordel. Wait, no, I'm Fordel. Damn you!
What have you been drinking?
Emerge.
What you been giving me? Have you been putting Demon's Bane in my drink again?
What have you been drinking? Me? I'm drinking nothing. Nothing that doesn't bring energy to me first thing in the morning with a crisp, fruity aftertaste.
Kale stew.
Now, is it time for you to emerge from the blackened room?
Emerge and follow the pack. Be the wolf. Ow! I was like a cat. Ow! Meow! Follow the puppy. Right. So I'm going to peek out.
What are you peeking out of?
I don't know. I thought we were like hiding. I envisaged like we're, like Metal Gear Solid. We're like, in a couple of boxes, walking around the place.
People are like, what the hell are them?
They'd
This cardboard hasn't been invented yet.
be the biggest freaking boxes you'll ever see.
Hey, I just threw a grenade. There was a dude with an eye patch in there. No.
Do they make that sound when they're alerted as well?
Huh?
Oh no!
Huh?
Oh. So you missed a bit when you said we're in a dark room.
Oh, we'll just peer out. Clear?
Absolutely.
Okay. By any chance, Fordel, while we were running, very quick, trying to escape the guards, did you happen to notice any windows, any escape routes? Or you just followed?
Yeah, I ignored that escape route for blindly running down corridors. That'll come useful later. It had escape as a green arrow, as a green sign and a white dude like that, Later, that would be used for exits for health and safety. But for now, there was plenty of windows on the upper levels, but you believe, at least maybe 3-4 levels in your venue weren't counting.
What, 3-4 levels?
Down.
Up, down. Are we all
Found a
Down.
perfect way to escape. Before you started talking to the Emperor.
Okay. Are you talking about the little antechamber?
No, the banquet hall area.
This is a castle. Castles have escape routes. Come on.
Your experience of castles being exactly 0 is well earned. You draw upon that information to come up with a plan.
If this was a small house
or a pub
or a tiny hamlet,
So get a stick, draw some, on the dirt on the floor. Castle.
10 minutes later, when the search party comes looking, they go, aha! How did they find us?
Wow, look at that picture of this castle. It's
That's
so lifelike.
that looks like no.
areas.
I always wanted to
You've
be
got
an
the
artist.
dimension so wrong. That's Marienburg, idiot. Apparently he's going to escape on the River Talabek.
Right.
Right. It's all right. Left. Right, left. Right or left?
Are you talking about me or Fordel?
Fordel.
Oh.
Right.
I thought you said right. Are you ready?
No,
Right.
I said right.
Yes. Oh, right. What?
Left or right? Which way? I'm following you now.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
Fordel, I think I did a
Yep.
good job in getting us here. It's up to you to get us out here. Only fair, 50-50.
That's
Right.
what,
Left it is then.
that's
Oh.
what teamwork is about.
You get me into the mess, I've got to get us out. That's how-
Nordland. Fuck
That's
yeah.
how it works. Do you remember when we got into that fight with that dwarf and we got locked up? It's quite. I mean,
Yes.
we were young, we were impressionable, and how did we get out of that? How did we get us out?
Stop me.
By getting you into the fight with that dwarf. That's how we got out of it.
Hmm. I can remember differently. There's more than one.
More than what? One dwarf?
I'm pretty sure there was.
Was it?
Most likely. And I'm
Can't
pretty
remember
sure
being
he
one.
said his mother was a snowblower.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he had friends, didn't he? I thought they were children.
And even pointing at his friend, calling him his mother.
More to the point, so we're going left. So we run left.
Was this that time that you were locked up with that elf that was really drunk but had a load of chickens around him?
No. That was
Never
another time.
mentioned Rhino. That crazy
Lion-o?
Rhino.
Thundercat!
Yeah.
Oh!
We can really do with Lion-o now.
The crazy elf that liked to go splunking.
No. Didn't he break both of his legs?
Ah, that's what happens when you drop 20 foot into a solid drop wearing plate mail.
Mm. He was a nice chap.
Then he got chased by a bear. Never
I
mind.
managed.
And then there was that old guy in the bush that would appear randomly and hit him in the head with a stick.
Yeah.
That was whilst he was trying to entertain his friends with his tassels and his guitar.
While choking his chicken.
He didn't choke the chicken.
That's what he says.
Right. You're heading off left, having zero experience of a castle.
We are orientating.
You're doing a large amount of not orientating. Subsequently, you've got no impression
Listen,
of
Fordel calls upon his inner dwarf. We know he's a dwarf at heart, so he's gonna come here, you.
He's got him strapped around him, taped.
I knew you'd come in handy one day.
Which way's north?
The guy never
Show-
babes.
Your lot built this. Get us out.
No, it's just your lot built on top of it.
Okay, so we go left.
So basically heading left itself. This is in the older part of the palace.
Mhm.
You can tell by the structure and the stones. Carroburg's obviously not as old as Altdorf and that sort of thing, but the empire has been around for over 1,000 years, and Carroburg was founded not long after Reichdorf, which was the predecessor to Altdorf. This is obviously some of the older stones, and there must be your reason near the foundations or the lower level.
Now, I understand our knowledge of castles are limited.
Limited.
If you mean limited, like when you click on the internet, it says internet is limited, which means fucking zero.
I don't know why frickin' Tal keeps butting in. So rude. Every time we try and talk, he just... If you're going to be some use, could you show us a way out? We're like, we're followers of you.
No, we're follow the stag, not the sheep.
Go, Luke.
What? Come on.
Please, Tal, give me a new partner.
Please, Tal, why him?
He gets back to the village and Marie ceases to exist. No, I didn't.
Oh, you omnipotent god.
Instead, there's a tall dwarf.
Ah,
You wake up on board the KX. What? Oh,
Shouting,
oh, that was a
I'm here to
terrible
kill the
nightmare.
Emperor! Space means what? Oh shit!
Galentine's like,
you're here to kill me?
Just cross. Yeah.
the Galentine's like, what, you came to kill me?
Come on. I don't even know where I am.
So,
Actually, you wake up at a freezer box, the door opens. A guy with a
Chipsticks.
tall collar looks over the top as he says, how long have you been here? You've been here for 1,000 years. All you, everyone that you love is dead. Freeze!
full circle! Oh my god! How far back did you just go?
Oh.
Whatever you do, we cannot stress this guy out. He will go off a psychological nuclear bomb. Do not stress him out. How long have I been here? For 1,000 years, all you love and know is dead. What? Honestly, I nearly fucking choked on my own lungs. As you couldn't have to refreeze him. You wanker! He went, and then you sent him back to the tricorn and he blew up. That goes down as one of the funniest moments in gaming history. But anyway. Halt.
So based on our limited knowledge of, I was going to say caves. That as well.
That's how bad he is. Right, based on my knowledge, this cave should exit out soon into an underground cavern or river. We're in a castle. We're in a what? We're in a castle.
Yeah, but
So-
that's... Don't you think...
I'll have to rethink this.
Don't you think as an emperor, you would want an escape route?
And you just happen to be running down blindly into it. Where it's nowhere near where he is.
No, wouldn't it be underground?
Escape
No.
tunnels are. Otherwise, they're really poor.
So why don't we head deeper down into the bowels of the castle?
With an absence of a sane plan, the most batshit crazy one, fuck it. I know, let's just keep on going until we can't go any lower. Why? Just to see what happens.
How about you give me the hammer and you use that knife as the necklace as your weapon?
And I'll punch him in the face.
Oh,
Get off my hammer.
these are both there with down noses.
Get off my hammer. You never touch Arnung's hammer.
I didn't touch your hammer. I said, how about you give me it and you use the knife? That's what I said.
Oh, sorry.
Right,
I
so,
apologize for the act
based
of violence.
on pure instinct and opening up doors and ignoring any stairs that go up until you find ones that go down, you go deeper and deeper into the bowels of the old castle. You've completely lost any chance of backtracking alone at this point.
We hibernate there for at least 10 years. hope it just settles down.
He's come out really pale with large eyes. Look like Gollum. Yeah, you know, Carroburg is no longer used as a palace because it's literally got rumours of being haunted by two horrible pale creatures that snuffle in the walls.
Is that Optimus Prime? How long have we been here? What is this machine?
Step out.
What is a machine?
Autobots? What?
Where's my boomstick?
Autobot. Calling all Autobots, and then the little guy going, why is it that you keep on bringing Decepticons here and they keep on trashing the world? I don't know. You're constantly on the fucking speaker shouting at everyone, come here. What do you mean you don't know?
It's quite simple, really.
Stupid robot.
Yeah.
You know,
Optimus,
for
you
7
fool.
movies and it's nobody worked out. How do they keep on finding us? Because at the end of each movie, Optimus Prime shouts it out onto the fucking radio. Prick.
We're here.
And they all speak the same language?
There he is. Found him.
It's just really weird because I've looked and I've got a text from Tal.
What?
I see what that is.
Right, I've been given a message by Yeah, the god that you profess to worship. Anyway,
I'm so confused. So you're texting yourself?
I'm not Tal. I'm the narrator.
So who's Tal then? Is like another
He's
like
the
a
elder
player?
god of the entire mythos that you're
Not
involved in.
the out. No man, breaking the third wall,
Fourth
fourth
wall.
wall even.
Breaking
Not the
the
third
third
wall.
wall was not effective at all. It did not achieve any of the goals you set out to. Oh, shit.
So I carry along the escape route
Ah, escape route. Is that what you call it?
because I'm escaping soon.
I break the third wall. The third wall. Oh, all right.
Okay, I break the fourth wall.
Okay.
What are you
Me
talking about?
too.
Tal texting you? Tal's okay. First of all, Tal is texting you in real life.
He did, eh? He sent
Oh.
me a picture of Skype settings.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
I think Tal's getting in on the act. Have you tried this button? Yes! I'm just trying to help. Right.
Right. So
Moving deeper into...
we're going deeper into the bowels.
Yep. Like Jamiroquai before you going deeper underground.
It's too much. Panic.
In this town.
I'm going deeper.
And then you meet a shit Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Whose only problem is that, you know, she's having babies and the city is the place to do it.
She's menopausal.
And Matthew Baldrick, or whatever the fuck it's called, walks past, and the narrator asks you to casually remove his kidney because he doesn't like the actor.
We've cross-referenced quite a few movies here.
Well, we're breaking the second wall here.
No one can break the second wall.
But Deadpool can.
Yeah, you can. Apart from Deadpool.
No.
Oh, we've got Deadpool in there as well now.
No.
It was just like how many movies we can name in a session. Right.
I'll try to escape.
So, how far deeper in the ground do we go?
10 foot.
10 foot. Is that all?
I've always been told I'm bad at estimating. Is that not a lot?
Is that a lot?
Well, not being dwarven and not measuring the depth of the steps that you're taking, do you really want to go with how... Oh, that's close. Do you really want to go with how deep are we?
No. We're just
So-
trying to find a way out.
We're neck deep in shit.
Well, so you're trying to find a way out of a castle that's built on top of a hill by going deeper into the hill, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's got to be a way out of this hill underground. Right?
So, a couple of things happen. You've been walking for some time deeper underground. Jamiroquai walks past you going, I ain't going that deep. You're insane. And then skips with a ha 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 across some old cinema seats.
Throw a stick off them.
Buffalo hat falls off.
It's just freaking virtual insanity, this.
Yeah, so you go deeper, and the smell of disuse of stagnant water, the cold smell of moist earth that's never been dried out starts becoming a bit stronger. You note that there seems to be fungus and moss and that sort of thing growing up the walls. The smell is it's quite cloying, catching you in the back of the throat. It's got a bit of a, you can almost taste it. It's that strong in your senses. By the looks of it, this place has not seen any use, light of day, even well, obviously not light of day, but it's never seen any use for some time. The ground is wet, basically, yeah, wet and cold. You've been travelling for an unknown amount of time. There's no way to tell the passage of time at this point, but you can feel the ache in your muscles. And that sort of tense feeling in the back of your neck of what it's like to be in flight, flying, running for your lives.
I said flight. I was like, we're flying?
When you round a corner and you see ahead of you, I've assumed that you've found light sources on the way, and stand there with the brand ahead of you lighting the corridor ahead.
Yeah, I
It
was imagining
continues
it
on
started to get darker, yeah.
It got dark quite quick in the lightless underground. Um, so yeah, if you're lighting with the brand ahead of you down the corridor, the light is obviously golden and flickers with the flame. And ahead you could see clearly where the stones of the wall have been uh, broken and lie in a heap, and you can see earth is visible through it. Distinctly, something has come into the corridor and dug from the outside in. It is not a landfill or landfall. It's not a the entire structure hasn't subsided as a collapse.
Something, someone.
Someone.
Ah, see, that's that's something that distinction there which we need to clarify. Something, someone. I mean, does it look like claws?
It just looks
No.
like the stones
Is
have
it being
been pushed.
dug?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tunnel that's been dug into this area.
Alright.
You can tell that basically because obviously the stones of the corridor have
Mm.
fallen in, and the dirt has been pushed in with the mining operation, the digging. The hole itself is around about chest height to you. I mean, in fact,
Fantastic.
no, it's lower. It's about sternum height.
You see, Fordel? Tal looks upon us. He's guiding us.
What's the footprints in the entrance?
It's hard to tell in this light based on the firebrand that you've got, but there's no footprints at all that you can distinguish. You know, you're both trackers established very good, and you're looking down upon where the mud has been brought in, and clearly people have come through this hole and walked along this corridor, um, but you can't make out a booted print or anything. Whatever whoever's been coming in appears that possibly their feet have been. You're kind of looking at going as if they're bandaged because there is no distinct footfall
Mm.
in the dirt at all.
Okay,
But
so
you've got, like I say, the whole area has got that mud covering, and you didn't really look down at the ground until now. And you look back with the torch of the corridor, and you can see that there's been some extensive movement through this area. Now that you've decided to look,
Do we
mm,
know how recent?
very, yeah, the earth is wet. It's still, it's got that sort of, it's not dried out. There's no dust here. It looks like there's movement. Whatever they're doing, these people that are coming through, they seem to be the footprints are, like I say, they're distinguishable. It's possible that they're just trying to, hide their tracks. Um, but whoever they are, they seem to be carrying something with them as well as the tracks are generally got this. Um, in some cases, not always, but a lot of the time, some kind of rounded tube, perhaps, or a piece of wood. Is quite visible throughout. They're obviously carrying in some kind of, they're carrying something that's heavy and it trails on the ground.
Does the footprints look like they're walking on the balls of the feet majority of the time? From what we know of tracking.
Um, there's a lot of movement here, and that in itself obscures. And if they've obviously been trying to hide it, potentially you're looking at, when you sort of, at this point you're well on your hands and knees, really looking for a trail, and you do see one, um, and it's possible that they are walking or they are using some kind of armored boot, perhaps. But it looks like very much like trails when you've seen some of the other warriors in your time when you've been rock climbing, and you have those sort of like those tools that are like claws to help you hook in. Um, Perhaps because you don't know what's on the other side of the hole, perhaps they're climbing up the north face of the mountain, and they've kept their climbing clothes on, um, and that's what their feet are in. That would definitely explain why you can't see a full booted print. But that said, you can't feel the wind either. You can't hear the wind. You don't smell fresh air. So it's pretty. Even the mountain clans will take their climbing clothes off. Once they're no longer needed because it's obviously difficult to walk in them. But that's the confusing trail, the track that you're looking at.
There's only one way to find out. Go on in.
Or go on out,
I'm going out. Hopefully it's out.
hopefully. You, are you the first to go through? You duck down,
Mhm.
Arnung? So you duck down through the tunnel. You can see that the tunnel itself is almost being burrowed. You can't see where tools are being used. You've seen dwarf tunnels, you've seen man tunnels, but the strange thing about it is it doesn't seem like they've had to shore it up. There's no timber supports. You've never seen this. It's crude in one aspect, but yet somehow almost rounded. It's almost like when you've been trapping, and it's almost like a rabbit hole or a small game warren, but obviously on a very large scale. They've used clearly these claws that you've seen in the trails to dig through the mud. Whoever they are, you've never seen this sort of tunneling before. And it clearly is a tunnel and it goes down.
Bollocks. Follow the tunnel.
Well, you're kind of behind him, sort of going, push.
Punt.
Keep going. There's no turning back now, is there?
Yeah, remember that later on when you go, actually there was. It was a two-directional thing. Right, well you continue down the down this tunnel. As you do so, you start getting a strong smell. It's quite sweet. It's a sweet smell, but not in a pleasant way. Almost like the combined scent of an animal lair. The smell of urine is remarkably strong. It's very sickly sweet on the senses, as well as the smell of rot and fur that comes to mind.
While Arnon's looking,
I run away.
no, he's still wearing his tabard. I lift the tabard up that he's got while he's not paying attention. No, and just rip a bit and then tie it around my face to try and reduce the amount of smell I'm smelling.
Okay. Yep, you cover your mouth with a so you're basically listening, suddenly you feel him lift up, he's like, rip! Before you can do anything. You're like, oh man, that's my Nordland tabard, ruined! He ties it round his mouth.
This is the ratkin, isn't it?
The burrow, not give it away.
The
Claw marks.
claws.
Have you fought the Ratkin?
No.
It's like small children.
Just from what we've heard. Tyler's he's questioning everything today, isn't he? Tyler's like, have you fought a rat game before? You were no, Tal.
No, but I've heard rumours.
But I was allowing you to go yes, in which case, absolutely, no, but you have no idea.
Yeah. Yes, we've fought them before.
Yeah, we get +2 against them.
Motherfucker, I'll bring dice back into the game if you try.
We got +2 against Ratkins because they are.
We have a longer reach.
We have cheese.
I know of them. I've never fought them.
So have you fought them or not?
No,
Track.
yes.
What? Don't go all fucking. This is not the Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Have you or not?
Yes, we have not.
Who are you answering? I'm asking you an out-of-game question. Have you fought the Ratkin before?
Yes.
Yes.
Before.
Right,
Have we?
Right, he
Yes,
hasn't.
we have.
He
I
hasn't.
have.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No.
Well, I apparently have.
That's why no.
What do you mean? Fordel says yes.
Yep. And you went apparently.
It could have been. I could have been drunk.
So
I don't know.
So,
I'll fight anything. Come here, you cat.
Do you remember this fight and we killed him? I thought that was just some really badly dressed children that stank.
You remember that time when we had to do separate missions?
Yeah, do you remember when you
That
fought that
time.
little kitten, that tiger?
Right, so Fordel has had experience fighting the Ratkin. You don't.
I do.
You don't.
Fordel and me are like buddies. We go everywhere together. We go
Listen,
fishing.
well, do you
We
remember
go
that time that I
picnicking.
was away for a month? What? I thought you were upstairs.
What? You weren't away for a month without me? That's just ridiculous. I don't believe
You
that.
remember that time you got us arrested by the Emperor? Yeah.
You were arrested by the Emperor. Oh, that Emperor.
What, the Emperor of the Ratkin?
I am the Emperor of the Ratkin.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna continue forward?
Yeah.
Your experience of Ratkin is obviously this is a very dire threat, especially to you right now, immediate.
Yeah.
You know, because you know that they run in packs and clans,
Yes, and they like green shit.
and they like eating
Yeah.
people.
So
And they also like swinging that green stuff around.
Jelly.
Oh,
what? Did you just climax?
no. You've just said they've got bandaged feet.
What have they got back? What? You know what? Master, the from
Really?
the two. What's his name?
I'm not gonna do
It's
it. Moving on.
It's him.
Arnung, you head first because you got the longer reach.
We're gonna meet the turtles, aren't we?
No.
No. You got the longer reach.
TLE power. Look, we had to get the turtles in there. We've got every other movie in there, so we may as well.
No, we haven't. Arnung, you got the longer reach. You take the front.
The best
Well,
one
since
I'm
I
gonna
am-
do here is gonna
since-
be a really irritating push weapon.
They can't touch me.
You know, is literally like this. This is not effective. I wish I had I don't know, a sword. And you're like that in the background. Yeah. Ooh, so much room.
I really. Are we?
Shh,
Are we?
don't
Are
tell
we
them our
exiting?
plan.
So are we exiting the tunnel? Are we carrying on?
We're
But you
going
just
forward.
told me these things are a dire threat to us, and they fight in packs and yada
Yes,
yada yada.
and this is
So
what we
Clearly,
do.
I've had no recollection of fighting these things, and you were off for a month fighting these things all by yourself,
To be
Gaining-
fair,
gaining
Oh.
valuable XP without me.
that's why he's a higher level and he's better at killing. To be fair, you do this in a full unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You fight hit and run missions against greater foes. Two guys in a tunnel facing up against them is just it's just death. But it depends if you're looking at it as a recce, but you definitely have to consider some kind of plan and not just bumble into this.
Well, we're doing it as a recce because they're dragging something, and if what I think they've got with them is correct, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, now that it's dawned on you what they are, it's their tails.
So
No,
Ratkin,
it's-
do they have intelligence? Are they higher intelligence?
They're kind of like you in a way.
So very high intelligence.
Moronic.
They cowardice.
You're gonna find them sitting in the corner dribbling on themselves and high-fiving, piles of poo.
Who knew? Oh, hail Emperor Arnung! Yes.
He is the evolved one.
Yes. Fordel, leave me be. I find my place.
So
They-
I'm
they
I
assuming,
eat
will
the
be
emperors.
their emperor.
so I'm assuming you're part way down the tunnel. You can still see where the breach is into the castle.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You say, did they have intelligence? And you went, well, like you.
Yes.
So
Not high, not low. They have some. So take it really slow.
take what really slow.
it's the only way you can.
Exactly.
We advance slowly. You may want to use your sword.
I don't have a sword. Have you brought your?
He's got a two-handed warhammer.
Have you brought your sword?
I brought their sword.
He's got a Reichsguard sword.
So we have a warhammer, which is very ineffective here right now.
Ineffective in some places.
Do you know what? I swear to God, Tal, I'm gonna change gods.
Oh, that better not be a threat.
So it was a promise.
Which god you gonna change to?
Sacrifice this beetroot in your name, Tal. Wanker.
Slowly getting.
Every sacrifice counts.
Right, so slowly advance down the tunnel.
Or you're in front. You can't get past.
But I don't have any choice, so I'm going to keep going.
Well, you do. You could just say no. Nah.
Let's stop.
Let's advance up the tunnel.
Listen up.
If you're heading downhill, turning around. If you're heading downhill in a tunnel, if you turn around, it's heading uphill.
Oh, okay, so what are we doing, Fordel? Are we continuing on?
Well, he keeps on saying, like, go on, you go down.
As he says, from the entrance.
He's not giving you the full details because, so what am I facing here? What's the situation? Oh, they're a bit like you. He just randomly insults you with his answers. Are they intelligent? Not high intelligence, not low intelligence. They stink like you do. What?
The thing is, what's the likelihood of us surviving this?
Well, if we investigate, we can see what we're dealing with.
What, you want to investigate the Ratkin now?
Well, they're under Carroburg, so yes.
Okay, so maybe we can piss off their emperor also. Win-win.
And the strange thing is, they join forces to chase you.
Yeah, let's get them!
That was a change in history.
Bastards.
They forged an alliance that lasted 1,000 years and successfully eradicated the Longshank Rangers across the face of the planet. Why is this happening to us?
It's because Framlin's just doing his experiments again.
So we carry on then, since that's what Fordel wants us to do.
Do you like to step to the side?
Can't.
Well, one goes low, one big, He's trying to push past you, you can't work it out. It's a bit, squishy out, You letting him past?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You brush past each other very close. Are you going cock to arse, arse to arse? If it's arse to arse, I'm really uncomfortable, but
No, we'll go cock to cock.
Bring it in.
We're not ashamed, we're men.
The fact that you took your trousers off, it was
We'd
just a bit weird.
That quick? I waste no time. It's been a while.
I need to get past you. Not a problem.
That scares away the Skaven.
Yeah, they're watching with the doctors like, ew, they're fucking weird. Must be followers of Slanesh. What's he doing with that stunty tail? He's putting it in his mouth. Right, you push past. Head on down.
Head on down. Slowly.
The smell of animal becomes so powerful that it is literally your entire world. Eventually, you get used to it, though you're still aware of it being there, obviously. The sounds ahead, well, there is zero sounds where, as you've been moving, you become aware of just weird shuffling sounds. It's not the sounds of somebody coming towards you, but you just hear sounds you can't quite pick it up. Is it breathing? And it's like a noise. Either way, you know that something's coming up. And it's pitch black. Obviously, you're giving away your presence. The closer you move, there's no way to hide that. But outside of your torchlight, you're aware that there's sounds ahead of you, but nothing distinct. Continuing on, or do you stop?
There's no side tunnels, or is it just one tunnel?
Straight tunnel.
Carry on then.
At least you'll be the first one to get eaten.
It's mainly a swarm attack.
You're moving with all this.
For that, what are we actually going to investigate?
He shouts loudly. Suddenly, lots of little red eyes this close to the dog go tick, 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 tick. There's something here. Fordel! What exactly are we doing, sir? At this point, you're running backwards up the hill so that I can keep up.
I don't shout it. I'm just saying, Fordel. He's just right next to me anyway, so I'll say
He's
Fordel.
ahead of you. Bear in mind that these are big bastards, yeah? This tunnel is around about 5 foot at its height. You're about 6.5. Alright, so you're big anyway, yeah? So you are, like, you know, really doing this. So he's got most of the bulk of his body is between him and your mouth and his ear, right? So you, like, Fordel, as you're doing this with the light.
Yeah, yeah.
What exactly are we investigating? And your light shines across a floor of furry bodies.
A floor, an entire floor.
You don't see.
Oh.
I've just explained how he's blocking the tunnel with his bulk. Suddenly, aha! See that man there? And you say that, and basically, immediately you can see that this is a larger area. Again, burrowed out, and you can see that the light shines out. You see at least a dozen bodies, possibly more as far as the light's concerned. It doesn't shine that, and you can see their bodies rising. They're packed in like rats, and asleep. You can see that they have parodies of clothing in the sense of you can see cloaks. You note that there are bladed weapons on weapon belts. There's, you know, and they are from the odd one that you can see the face. These are 5 foot tall killing machines.
Looking at the torch.
But something else that sticks out is they all seem to be physically to look at. You know, when you fought the Raka before, they were never, you know, they weren't exactly, you know, pristine clean. But something about these sticks out in the sense of you can see they're bald in places, and you can see there's huge boils and blisters.
Throwing the torch and
it goes very dark. Fordel, what exactly are we investigating?
No, I'm throwing the torch.
And then suddenly, all ahead of you turns into light, sun, you know, fire glowing, and him starting to go.
That's what I do. Throw the torch so they burn, and tell them to like evacuate. Back up.
Run! And you just the light
Run, you
just
fool.
gutter out for a moment. Are we investigating?
Run, you fool!
And then and they're like fucking.
Run, you fool!
Alright, Gandalf. I'm running off.
Alright, Gandalf. You don't know what that insult means, but you know that it was cutting deep. And you know,
You better go somewise.
you head back up the tunnel. The glowing light fades behind you, and about 20 foot up the tunnel, it's pitch black.
Keep going.
Keep going with. There's only one way, so feeling.
Yeah. You know, you get to a point where you're pretty sure you're past the wall, and suddenly it's like smack, you blow to the head, you fall down on the ground, and you're like, yep, that's stones. He bundles in behind you. The sound, even though the light isn't coming from below, you can still hear the echoing in the distance, but it's getting quieter.
Go through!
As whatever he set fire to dies.
So,
to be fair, I assume that you had 2 torches, so you didn't throw yours at the first thing that scared you. So you do like that. At first, I got you there, and I suddenly thought, well, no, you had a torch each, wouldn't you? So
I was mainly throwing it in just to burn the whole lot.
he says to you.
That's the whole point.
You're like, and you didn't even say what. He goes, I just threw my torch in and burned the whole lot. And you're like,
what were we running away from?
Context, motherfucker! Context!
You do realize I have no idea for that what's going on. I saw you disappear down the tunnel. I heard a lot of screaming. I mean, for all I know, it could be a group of school children.
You were standing right behind me.
I wasn't standing.
Crouching behind me.
Mm-hmm.
When I threw my torch into a bunch of rat men.
Rat men. Were they all men? Or were they children? What is he doing?
Well, let's put it this way. They're not the ones we would like to fight. Get through the door. Whole thing.
Okay, we'll get to the door. You do realize I don't want to fight anything or anyone right now. I just want to get out.
I feel delicate.
On the grand scheme of things, I think going down was not a good idea.
Well, we know there's Rat King underneath here.
So as far as investigations go, we've learned something.
Yeah.
So there's Ratkin there.
And the worst ones as well.
The worst ones? What there's less worse ones?
Yes. Non-plague bearers.
So there's Ratkin there. For the plague. Riddled with the plague.
Yes.
Hmm. It still doesn't get us out of our situation, does it?
So, what we've managed to do is have everything above us want to kill us. Everything below us now wants to kill us. I think our situation got worse.
Yeah. You know, it's funny when you lay options out on the table like that. Becomes pretty apparent that. How about we stick with my original plan of staying down here for 10 years and hopefully this entire episode blows over.
Do you think that would work with the plague-bearing Ratkin?
I'm hoping that they won't come up this way now since you've set them on fire.
Oh.
Well, there's more than one. I'd say there's a whole clan of them.
No way to block this off. Cool.
Dynamite.
What?
He comes out with some witchcraft shit again.
I'm a labite.
Let's fourth wall the shit out of this.
Dwarf powder.
You must be speaking some sort of Aramaic.
Aramaic.
Mm. Right. That's where we're going now. Not left.
Such a shame. If he hadn't have just spilled a load of bollocks in the Emperor's face, yous would have been heroes right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how?
I didn't see that.
Well, hang on a minute.
We're just going to say, hey, we were here to kill you.
We
Let's
didn't
overlook
know.
the fact that we sent 50% of your army. Why even admit to any of that? Wait a second, so you came here to kill me? Yes. And you lied about Nordland? Oh, yes. But that has now just compromised any safety. I've sent half my army away. Yeah, I know, but at least we didn't do it. What?
Well, we thought. What? No, we thought if you tell him the truth, he's gonna, say, "Oh, these guys are really."
Wait, get that right? Who thought?
We thought.
No. Who thought?
We're always a we.
It's a we when we get in trouble, but
Okay.
it's a you when you do something right, is it?
Yeah, just walk and talk. I've got me little flashlight.
Smashes his warhammer a couple of times off the roof.
I've got me little torch.
Wrong hand.
I've got the torch. Clang, clang. Okay, I've got the torch. Don't say I have soft hands. Oh, I need a torch! Aha! I have a torch.
Right?
See?
He's put his warhammer down.
I'll pick the warhammer up.
No, on the other hand.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
So I'll pick the
So
torch.
your torch is bigger than your warhammer.
Torch.
He's got an entire bed frame. It's like a fucking bonfire when he's walking.
Okay, look. The scale. It's not the scale, right?
Not relevant.
Not relevant. So they're just props, which I have to use.
Okay.
Did you say flops or props?
Props.
Right. So are we going right outside the tunnel or left?
Right.
Right. So we're not heading back to the castle then. Good to know.
Well, actually, no, because you came along and you looked to your right, which is where you found the hole. So coming out the hole, like you went down, looked to your right, is back the way you came. Bearing in mind that after, you're lost anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. So we'll just carry on. Going left. See if there's another way out.
Okay. Continuing left, the sounds of screaming and screeching fades quite quickly after a couple of
Oh.
corners. You continue on,
What
blindly,
the fuck is that digging?
walking up and down corridors, and then you could feel a change in the air, a coolness, a more brisk, a breeze, effectively. Just as you become aware of this on your skin, you note that the brand in his hand starts to flicker with the breeze. Continuing it further, you take a left or right, you come back on yourself, trying to find where it's strongest.
We use the brand.
Yeah, well, exactly. And then you come up against thick iron bars in a halfway. There's an exit. You see that there's a channel running down through this area of the floor. You also know that the floor itself is slightly angled, and kind of you take a guess that possibly this was part of some of the original basement area. But the exit is heavily covered in foliage, but you can see clearly thick iron bars concreted into the not concreted, um, dwarven masoned in, in the door in the exit.
Any of them weak?
Well, some weaker than others.
Yeah.
You're gonna question them, see which one's
I'm
brave.
just gonna have. I'm gonna interrogate every single one of them.
You're gonna terrier them. You get to the side of the.
Interrogate.
What are you doing? You're just gonna walk up and or kick it? What?
Yeah, give it a little, shake. See if there's any of them.
Yep.
Any
I'll
weak.
try opening the door.
There's a door.
Iron gate door.
Well, he goes for, he said first. So basically, you put your hand and go clink, and half of it is completely out rusted through. Cheap.
Oh, okay.
It's old, ancient man. Where it's like
Paper.
before he learned how, before he was taught the trade by the dwarves, no doubt. Yeah, and just clink, and it's just rusted through.
Yeah, gone through.
Well, you kick the rest out.
Yeah. Okay, obviously kick the rest out. Once
Put your arm above, out of, basically, see that this is not undergrowth per se. This is wild, basically undergrowth that's on the side of on the mountain. It is quite steep, but well within your ability to climb up and down. Above you, you could see this is definitely the far north side of it, and it's exaggerating to say it's a cliff, but you wouldn't want to fall off it. When you consider the Middle Mountains and the World's End Mountains, they are mountains, but this is a distinct outcropping, hence why Carroburg was built here. And you look up and see the old part of this is the hill. You see well above that the old part of Carroburg, and then the newer part of Carroburg crafted above it. And then while below you, you're pretty much on a ledge. You can climb down and head north and just sod off, or you can head up and climb up. Hell, you could even wander off to the south and take you the rest of the night, but eventually you could even end up in the town.
Oh. So the boat's going to be there for 2 more days. So we
There's a heartbeat.
And a dragon. What? Random monster generator. Yep. I mean, this is the early hours, still nighttime, early hours of day 2. So you've got all of today, and it's tomorrow night before the Minotaur is due to depart.
So we could climb, go
Easily.
back into the city.
Yep.
We know
the
what
palace is directly.
we know where these chambers are.
Yep.
We know how to access these chambers.
Yep.
So, do you want to see the Emperor?
Really?
Or do you want to flee? Do you want to finish off what we came here to do? Not kill the Emperor. Save the Emperor. I mean, when I say came here to what we... not what we originally came to do. Well, what we have now chosen to do. We're not getting paid, are we?
No, we're not.
We could have had our weight in gold.
Then you spoke.
Mm.
We
Damn.
know there's Skaven underneath the castle. We know Osric is a member of the Howling Wolves.
Oh, yeah.
And we know that everyone's looking for us.
So either way, people are going to be looking for us. So, as members of the Brotherhood of the Stag, we finish what we set out to do. We climb this bitch, go into the Emperor's chambers, get the Emperor, and save his goddamn life. Because that's what the Brotherhood would do. Or we could just throw him off.
Why?
Yeah, to save you. Really? Nah, fuck it. Splat.
Right, I've had enough of this.
I'm the Emperor. I've got his
Do you
hat.
know where his chambers are?
Sorry, physical chambers, his bed chambers. No. I thought you meant the antechamber where he'd been.
The antechamber, yeah.
Outside the war room.
And this path leads up to the
No path.
the climb leads up to the castle.
Yes.
Did the gardens face out over the ocean?
No. They faced out over the northern forest, which is the side you're on.
That's the side we're on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
We
climb
still
up
got
there.
our knives, though, haven't we?
You know what?
Did we have our actually the
You
small?
understand what unarmed?
You've got
Well,
a
we can-
warhammer, and he's got a
Just an-
guard sword. That's it.
Oh, okay,
Unarm these men.
right. So yeah. What's it gonna be, Fordel?
Pretty like the chances of fighting the Skaven. And your
What?
ideas.
You
Climb
want to
up.
fight the Skaven?
Mhm.
You said you don't want to fight the Skaven. I'm already climbing.
You're slow then.
Halfway up the mountain. So what are we going to do? You have to make a decision. I'll make a decision when you make a decision. Hiya. Oh, shit, I hate it when that happens.
It's the best way to get it done.
You climb up the mountain, and they don't expect people to be able to do this. This is a hard climb, nigh on suicidal climb, but you guys, you've been taught by the
Oh,
trainer.
you in.
Completely oblivious to the danger, too busy giving each other shit. And you end up on the expanse gardens that surround the northern curve of the palace. Great cover, because nobody can get access to you except through the palace.
Oh, wait here for the ceremony.
A whole day and night. And just hope that the Skaven got fuck all to do with it.
Right. Okay. So when we get to the top, we try and get our bearings to know where.
You know that from here you can walk literally just around at the half curve, and the private area outside the war room will be.
And it is dark, isn't it? So we can stick to the shadows.
Well, by the time you get up here, the sun's about to crest over the east. You probably got about half an hour, 20. It's going to be light soon.
Oh, okay. Bloody hell, we're quick then. Double time it. We're quick. We'll try and get to the chambers.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
As you're climbing up, you can hear voices over the wall from you. Basically, you hear the Emperor going, "I will not, our people will not stand for this." And then you hear a voice, Osric. Your people? You have no people. My people will welcome it. And then you hear a booted feet marching away from you. And then the door gets slammed shut. And
Follow the footprint. Follow the feet.
well, you're going to have to jump up, and then there's a whole point of getting from there to the door. The
How
front
high?
door.
Well, we'll do the. I shake my head. Come on.
Right, climb over.
Right, well,
Silent.
at the moment you climb over, you can see, obviously, remember there was the first part of it, which is where the window seats were and that sort of thing. Kneeling, bound on the ground, nose bloody, face blackened, is the Emperor. And then basically you can see, standing near the door, very suddenly surprised to see you leap over, are two Reichsguard.
Shift.
Just instantly jump on them. It's very. I mean, we'd realize. We noticed them. I imagine we noticed them if they were there.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you climbed over. No matter
Climbed
what,
over.
they stand like this. They're only looking at the Emperor, and you suddenly go. There's no way. So,
Are they facing? Are they
they're facing
facing
you.
out? Right?
No,
Are they facing us?
facing the door.
Oh, all right. Okay, so the only. Okay, I get it. I pictured it.
Yeah.
So, as soon as we climb over, we just
Kill them.
bull rush them. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill them, jump on them,
So you run
smack them
forward.
up there. Yeah.
Assuming that you're also running forward, you're going to run into each other. But you probably fought together. So are you letting him go ahead of you?
Yes.
Well, whoever's
He's-
forward, who
he's
was
saying
first.
them. Well, you were first to react because that's how it works in this.
Oh, if I'm the first to react, I'll go for one. I know he's gonna go for the
No,
other.
you were the first to react because you were the first one to speak. I'll run and challenge
Okay.
them. That's the initiative done,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Originally, I was going. I'll help you over so you get over quicker. But
I always
charge
go
them now.
left anyway. Go.
As he hits both.
See,
So you
it's
bull
fun.
rush and slam into them, and they basically burst straight to the door. And all three of you hit the ground and slide down the steps into the war room. You've obviously jumped over in that moment, and yeah,
I did not expect this.
literally sliding on that plate mail. Osric is a couple of paces in, turns around like, what the hell?
I spin. I get up. Done, Osric.
Jump up. Reichsguard. Look at Reichsguard going. You see him off down the street, just jumping and surfing mailed guys down the road. Yeah, so you hit the two guards, they immediately fall into the door, their extra weight, your extra weight just bursts straight through that door. You go down the steps in a tumble. You're obviously quick, you were expecting it, you did it, they've been completely caught off guard. But the sound, obviously, the door goes bang and two guys in full plate mail hit the floor, is loud. And Osric is literally, has just got to the bottom of the stairs when it happens. And he is literally within grabbing reach from where, as you're lying there, and on top of these two knights who are like, what the hell? He sort of turns around and like, I'm assuming what was your plan? Hello, Emperor? Cuddle him. Or were you charging out after him, knowing that he has no planning? He just runs into things. He's windmilling. Just picks it up as he goes along.
Got my keys out.
running past the Emperor, going, eh.
Run past you, like, 2 seconds there, man.
So you're running after them. Osric's caught. You're on top of these two guys. Osric is turning around like, what the hell? What are you doing?
Jump on Osric.
What were you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I was gonna bull rush them, and obviously I didn't expect to go through the door. That was a surprise. I slide down the. Have we gotten down the stairs?
Yes.
Oh well, okay. Well,
And you're behind Osric, who's turned around to look at you with a look of shock.
So I'll leave. I say I'll rush him. So I'll jump up and rush him.
Fordel slams full belt into your back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because he was like, jump for him, and then you stand up, and all three of you hit the floor. Osric's on the ground. Your head whips back as Fordel full on big bastard bull rushes you. You give out a sound as he hits you. You land on the ground. You're can't stop.
Where did we do our training? Just-
Oh, God. You're not listening, are you? So, I've
Two
crashed
left
into
on-
him.
Oh,
just go.
Right. So, I've crashed into him.
stealthy.
No.
I crashed into the numbnuts here,
Yeah.
pushing him into Osric, and I turned on the other two.
Right, you didn't push him. You
No,
clattered him because you were jumping
yeah.
on Osric. He suddenly goes, ha ha! You're like, shit! Fucking slam.
Yes.
You know, he
And to
basically
change
you
it.
like that. You all hit the ground. You know, you basically slam onto Osric. He goes down like a back of the shit because he can't take. He couldn't have took you hitting him like ha ha. But never mind, him falls Superman off the stairs. You obviously catch him. He goes, loses his grip, hits Osric. Osric goes down. And then obviously you're on top, so you just sort of go ha ha and launch up, and then turn around because you're just used to that shit. Meanwhile, you're like partly stunned.
I'll just roll off Osric.
Trying to get your breath. You turn around. The two guys are trying. Well, they're not trying. They are in the process of getting up.
I jump on them.
Right. Turn sideways in mid jump. They hit the ground again. What do you do?
Sword out, stops.
I'll get up.
Look behind you quickly.
I'll get up. Where's Osric?
He's on the ground, trying to stand up before you.
Oh,
There's a look
punch
of
him with the
rage.
punch him in the face as hard as I can.
He hits the ground unconscious. Behind you, you hear.
Oh, Carl's got blue.
You turn around and there's blood spraying from arterial wounds, and two guys lie there going on their own blood.
So I grab Osric.
Looking over his shoulder, the Emperor tied up is like.
I grab Osric.
What the fuck?
So-
I'm scared.
Fordel to the Emperor and grab Osric
Right.
and heave him up the stairs.
I have 2 swords now.
Right. Well,
And,
Osric's still got his sword, and there's 2 swords on those guys, so you've got 2 swords.
Yeah, we'll take Osric's sword as well.
Okay.
I'll take Osric's sword.
The Emperor stood up at this point, realizing, hoping that you're not just going to walk up to him and toe punt him off the, spot and kick him off the veranda.
That was a perfect moment. Oh, we've got
Everyone.
300 in there.
I hand him a
I'm
sword.
going to write down how many
He'll-
movies we actually get in.
Are you cutting him loose?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so you drag Osric's unconscious body onto the veranda.
time.
You rip down some
Yeah.
tapestry or curtain. Or a
Well,
curtain
I thought he was tied up. The
The
Emperor.
Emperor is, but he's cutting his body.
Oh, he's cut it. Oh,
Are
okay.
you cutting
So-
him free? Yes.
Never mind.
So you get a curtain tie.
No.
The Emperor obviously is somewhat shocked. He sees what you're doing. I'm sorry, no, he didn't say friends at all. I'm sorry, you bastards. It turns out Osric was a traitor, and so the entire
Well,
Reichsguard.
we did warn you. So thank you would be nice.
No, just be lucky that I won't at the end of this have your head if you do survive.
Really,
Thank you.
really. After all of this.
You have Skaven underneath the castle.
Yeah. By the way, we've taken
got
care of half of that problem.
Half of what
Ratkin.
This game.
steps across and basically walks up. This guy's a politician. He doesn't know battle. That's about him. He's a mind. He's been elected by family line. He walks up and gives a really shit punch to Osric's unconscious face. Take it.
Do you feel better?
No, but I will when I see him hang.
Use the sword and pommel.
Takes the sword off you. And the guy's nose just goes crunch, flattens up
Oh.
on the bridge.
I'm in an Arnung. Gives it back.
What?
Eh.
Right.
Right. We need to summon some of the Elector Counts and get their bodyguards. The Reichsguard themselves. All
Who are you going to trust?
Ghostbusters.
We don't know who to trust, who not to trust. All Emperor. The all-knowing Emperor.
Standing right in front
The
of me.
thing is, we only told you so
No.
so we could have avoided all of this, but you
No.
actually made it worse.
No.
You are like a great emperor, but in this instant, you're not so great. And I'm saying this very politely.
No, you're not. You're
I
offending
am.
me deeply, and I do not forget offences like this.
Oh, really? So you've got two guys here trying to save your life, and this is the thanks we get.
You sent away the one person and his army that I could guarantee would have my safety at heart. That could have secured
I've got
the
your
palace.
safety at heart. Look, we've came back for you. We broke free, climbed the side of you, scaled the side of your castle to get to you to save you, and this is the thanks we get.
Arnung?
Do you know what? I'm
You
sick
were
of this.
sent to kill me anyway.
Arnung? You remember the
I throw him over
the
the side.
we and you thing?
Not the emperor, the guy.
Not the and then you look at Osric, and then look at the hole at the veranda and go, I threw the wrong guy.
I threw the wrong guy, didn't I?
Wait, my me still here? Oh. So you pick up Osric and throw him over the side.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't make a sound, but you hear his armor clattering on the rocks below.
That's one problem taken care of.
It is. And he looks at the two dead Reichsguard there. I heard that in your escape you'd killed one of the other guards.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't be trusted. Okay, look, I'm
That's
sorry.
9 of the
I
Reichsguard left.
apologize for my outburst, Emperor.
He's walking off.
Where are you walking off to? Get
To
back
gather
here.
my support.
Listen, do you not get it?
You
Arnhem?
sent the only guaranteed support I had. I appreciate you coming back and saving me, but apparently I wasn't going to be killed for another day and a half, something to do with the ceremony. So in effect, we got plenty of time.
Well, that was before we told everybody.
Now, the chances are the stallion delegates who are here, having arrived with the late tide, they're probably the only people I can actually trust, since they're not part of this. But
Okay.
not all of the Elector Counts could possibly be involved. Not all of them are Ulricans, and very few of them, at least half, were not going to benefit from my death.
Who's just arrived?
The Stallions.
When were they meant to have arrived? On the day of the ceremony?
Yes, they have arrived early. It happens like in travel.
Or was that because they found out about your plot and they brought them in to kill you straight away as a backup plan?
Well, how could this speed up their travel? Do you mean that they were here all along?
Could be. If they were meant to arrive on the day of the ceremony.
Well, the ceremony wasn't altering. It was still planned for tomorrow, since it is the early hours of the day. It was still tomorrow night, so regardless of them arriving early, it was not bringing the ceremony forward.
Okay, so look, Emperor, we need. Okay, see, your safety is clearly what is of importance to us. You get that now. So
if we get you to your right-hand man,
so we
who's
need
in
to get him back.
Nordland,
We need to get Victor back. Or we go to Victor. Can we send word?
Of course we could send word.
So
But
why don't we send
because
word?
he's still travelling. He's probably just past the northern bluff, past the wasteland.
Okay, we send word to
So we
Victor.
could send word to Nordland. It will still take him several days to get there, and then, well, the same amount of time to get back for the point that he receives the message. But I'm not going to leave. Do you understand that the Empire is in crux? I am not going to run from that centre of power. I understand what you're saying, but I will not hide based on what-ifs. Give me facts. Tell me who my enemies are, and we will deal with them. But I will have to operate. I will have to continue governing. I will not run just because of a threat.
So if you say you've got a whole bunch of foreign forces underneath the castle, they should all come to aid.
Foreign forces underneath the castle? What do you mean?
The Skaven.
What?
The Skaven.
What are Skaven?
The
Rat
Ratkin.
men.
I don't know what you're talking. What Ratman is this? A cult? Is that some kind of cult of the wolf?
Word. They are small beast-like creatures that are burrowed under your castle, and they have
Then I'll
the
find
plague.
some exterminators. They brought the plague to Carroburg.
Yes.
So it's rats carrying the plague. Our doctors did say it was possible, but none of us thought it was
Not
likely.
rats. Rats. Rats.
Arnung? Silence. But yes, that's probably how the plague's getting spread.
This is too much to take in. Not only do I have a plot to take my crown and assassinate me, I now have some beasts that I've never heard of burrowing into my castle at the same time.
Yes.
Well, you didn't bring all your army over here, and if you are facing more than one front of battle, they would probably know that your army's here.
So these creatures burrow into my castle to do battle with my army? This is the
No,
greatest force the
they
Empire's...
spread the plague. That's
So
how
we-
they're fighting you. They're with the plague.
It sounds insane, but it just sounds plausible. As you said, you were here to keep me safe. I charge you with that. The Reichsguard must be rounded up. If they cannot be taken captive, they ought to be killed.
Okay. So we work for you. We are your right-hand men. We answer only to you.
Then follow me and keep me alive. And he continues across.
Follow after.
Yeah.
You've got two swords. You're carrying a sword and your warhammer.
Where is
In years to come, you look back at the climb of the mountain and wonder, how the hell did I get that thing up there? But one of you was worried about the intricate facts of mountain climbing unaided.
That's Tal for you. Mountain goats.
Do you happen to know where our weapons are?
No.
Yeah. No.
He reaches the door, opens it. Two Reichsguard turn round, and he just starts to walk away between them, calmly.
Stab them.
So you get the one on the left.
I'll use the sword. I'll use the sword this time because it's better.
So as they both turn, you get the one on one side. You said you always go left, so you get he's basically to step in. You a little bit faster than he is, and straight in, swords to the throats. They fall to the ground, clutching at their savage necks.
Yeah.
He steps forward, and he starts calling out names that you've never heard before. Quickly, you see a man with a powdered wig, long black jacket with embossed brass buttons, socks up to the knees in lily white with polished black shoes and brass buckles upon them. He comes out of a side door close by.
Before he stops.
He stops at that point.
No, as he stops,
I'm
going to say, is there 9 including Osric, or is there 9 with Osric?
9
I mean,
with there's 8 left.
Yeah.
The 7 left. You've just killed 2. So
2, 4, 5, 6.
Chamberlain, gather the Elector Counts. Yes, okay. Yes, Emperor, and bring them to the war room and their personal guards. And then he stands there as the Chamberlain marches off. You note down the side is the 6 remaining Reichsguard, 2 on each door. After a while, notice that the Emperor's there, and you stand and start coming down the corridor. 2 from the south, 2 from the east, 2 from the west. They draw their swords, throw their cloaks back, unhook them, drop them to the floor so they can't be encumbered.
Ooh,
Start to march
I'll pick
towards you in a calm fashion. They know how to fight together. They are the bodyguards of the Emperor, and they are the Reichsguard. They are clearly a very dangerous foe.
Yeah. Where's the table?
You can't move the table. It's ginormous, big.
Oh.
As I kept on saying in both, this is a big arching table. And you stand there calmly. I hope they're not too much for you.
Nah.
We'll find out.
Whoa.
He steps back from you. I know that they don't want to kill me, and they don't know what's happened inside. They've yet to find that Osric has gone missing, but they've definitely got orders to kill you. I'll tell you what, I'll try. Stand down, my Reichsguard. They are my personal guards as well.
There's so much confidence there. Pick up the cloak.
One guy's he gobs on the floor. A pox on you, false Emperor. Well, I tried.
Yeah. Pick up the. Oh, go.
You are absolutely no use to us.
These are my sworn enemies and conspirators. What did you expect?
Yes.
What?
On.
Sorry?
On.
Peasant got your tongue?
If only. Walking off to the.
If I didn't just swear to protect you, I would have just done this
What?
myself. I should have just done this
If
myself,
you didn't swear to protect
Would
me,
be a
what
lot
would you
easier.
do? Would you remove half my army and go through an assassination?
Already
talk
done that.
We'll talk about this later, shall we?
I'm heading to the right.
Later I'll be doing a lot of talking. You're going to do a lot of listening.
I don't.
He's off to the right.
Please.
I don't answer to you.
You do.
Hey.
No, I don't.
He's the emperor.
He's going to be a dead emperor if he doesn't do as he's told.
You have me at a disadvantage. Only for now. Remember that.
Remember that you're only alive because of us.
No, I'm not involved in this.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's hacking to Reich's got a pieces, smashing their bodies against the wall, and you're like, oh, look at me, I'm the emperor.
I'm picturing on and as I'm hacking these guys up.
Well, as you pass to your right, obviously you're leaving him to deal with 4. You are in the centre circle, and you walk off to the right. You're about 3 or 4 steps away when you're about to close on the engagement. If clearly, they don't have shields, but they know that without shields, which would give them a massive advantage, their plate mail armor is a huge advantage.
Yes.
You're sitting there in pants and a shirt, and basically they take a classic sort of knights, based on their weapons. They are cavalry men, but the ceremonial position of God. But they are the Reichsguard. You can tell that they are highly trained, and they take up a stance and start walking towards you. Your sword will do nothing to their bodies, and they're aware of this, and you can see by their defensive guard that they're protecting their head. The only point that you can hit.
Yeah.
You can hit them all over. You can hit them all day. It's just going to blunt your sword. Whereas they can strike any part of you and wound you.
Yeah.
I think my Warhammer can get through that.
Warhammers were designed to smash the shit out of tanks.
Exactly. So I'm going to charge him with Warhammer.
The downside is a big swinging weapon leaves you open.
Yeah, I could swing it one-handed.
You can. So anyway, meanwhile, you're too busy arguing during this period. So you're walking up the corridor, they separate, you can't fight both. What are you going to do?
I take the closest ones.
I know you've got them. There's 2 guys here in the corridor. They
Alright.
to a side deliberately, meaning that you can't face both of them at the same time. You have to face one or the other, or retreat. Or do you have some kind of roly ninja idea in mind?
No, I was thinking I'll step to the farther side of the one, so basically I've got one behind the other while I fight.
That's not how it works. They're coming down the corridor.
Yeah.
You stand there. You can't get one to stand in front of the other because you step into reach. The other guy's coming at you this way. You can't. There's a wall. There's no magical way that you can get them to line up.
Yes. So I know there's a wall. I just thought when you said it was corridor, I had quite space, but obviously I don't.
Yeah, it's wide, but they are deliberately being sure that you can't.
Okay. Yeah. What's along the corridor?
Doorways, some candelabras, benches, a vase.
You said bras.
Candelabra.
Oh, okay. I said bras. You throw knickers at them, bras, and some dirty laundry.
Throw a vase at one of them off his face.
Right, you step up. And what are you doing? Just to see what happens?
Yeah, see what happens. Say,
Yep.
step, throw it.
You just literally, he's like that, and you throw the vase, you just drop, hits it, it shatters off his plate mail. He smiles. Gives off a...
Yeah, keep doing it. Bars. Hope these aren't expensive.
I don't think Emperor gives a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, when you've
Well,
you've got to your second or third piece of
I'm walking
porcelain.
back around and doing this.
Well,
Is there any doors as I'm going back?
Lots of doors.
I can't tell which way they're open door.
They'll all open away from you. This is a corridor. Doors
Ah.
open into rooms.
Open one of the doors and step on in.
Meanwhile, you're like, right, we're gonna. Fordel's gone. You're aware of the sound of smashing dishes. You look up a corridor and you can see two knights looking a little bit confused and staring at a doorway. And there's lots of smashed vases and plates on the floor. And no sign of Fordel.
It's just a singular room.
We'll get to that.
Oh, hello, Osric.
Hello, Ulfric.
So how many is in front of me? 2?
4.
4. Right. I'll stand my ground. I can't attack 4 though. I can't just bull rush 4.
Do you remember that time when we got chased by a pair of legs? Yeah, that's not bad. I was getting chased by the guys up my body. Fucking ran away from that shit. So you stand your ground, you've got a sword, and you've got a mace. Yeah?
Mace?
Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Right?
Yeah.
The 4 knights come at you. Obviously, they are treating you with a little bit more caution because that Warhammer is a dangerous weapon. In this condition, as you're in the centre of a room, they advance on you without.
Is there any corridors?
They came down 2 of them, and there's 2 at the other corridors, 3 corridors, and you're in this central circle area.
Oh, okay. Can I get to one of the corridors?
You could turn your back, leave the Emperor to these guys, and run towards the 2 that are facing him.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to stand my ground. Emperor's like, damn you, Arnung! Damn you to hell.
Well, like you said, you're not after him, they're after us.
When you start running, the 2 knights that were sort of looking at each other and looking at the door see you running towards them and go and face you. You come charging towards them?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. Are you heading to try and get to where he was? Where you think he went?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so you're closer to the guy on the left. The guy on the left seeing the Warhammer starts getting ready to try and move and do a defense. The guy on the other side of the corridors, obviously, moving forward a little bit. What are you doing? Just running.
I'll just run toward. I'm focusing my effort on the guy on the left.
Yep. The idea to swing with the Warhammer when it.
Yeah, well, I'll.
When you get in the range.
Yeah, I'll get in the range, but I'm gonna flick the sword up at him first. So when I get in close, I'm gonna flick the sword up at him for him to. Jenny look back.
Thank you, Jenny Block. Jenny Lowback. Right, okay.
Thank you, Jenny look back.
Woo!
He's good.
So yeah, I flick the sword.
Like throwing it.
Stored.
Yeah, like flick it up, throwing it.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, at him, and then I'm gonna swing the warhammer.
Okay, so you flick the
sword.
sword.
I'm sticking high, so as he parries it, I'm gonna smash his kneecaps.
That's low.
But yeah, I'm doing the opposite of what the sword's doing.
I'm doing the opposite of what I said. You throw the sword at him.
I'm using the sword as a feint, so obviously when I'm hoping he's gonna block it. He's gonna hit him in his face. So I'm just gonna take this. Holy shit, he's hardcore, this guy. I did not expect this. I am so sorry.
You throw the sword, and of course he does deflect it.
Yeah. So I'm anticipating he's going to deflect it. So and then I'm going to go low, and I'm going to take his legs out, aim kneecaps.
Yep. Well, basically his lead leg that he's gone forward with, your warhammer crashes into the plate mail, lifting him up into the air. Well, actually snapping his leg around anyway. He turns and lets out a scream as the other one, the other knight on the other side, steps in, having seen your charge and was preparing for you to strike. You're aware of him coming in behind you, and you're looking at an open doorway, and him going. you see his face on the other side of the veranda.
I duck. I'm out expecting some sort of table or chair come flying.
Well, I
No.
stand there, first one in.
Sword.
So yeah, what you do
Block.
is you're aware of him coming in. You've already hit. You're stepping forward into the doorway. Are you trying to turn the self around to defend against this this obvious attack coming in, or are you just trying to get in the doorway?
Me? No. I was gonna go and I'm gonna smash him low, and I'm gonna
One-handed.
one-handed, yeah, swing, and then he's gonna carry it on the momentum round to him. So up and up the arc.
That classic Sonic the Hedgehog attack.
Yes. So bring it round in an arc.
doing a spin. Where did they teach you this martial tactic?
Especially when you hook the guy's leg.
He hooked him. He's gone through his leg.
Yeah, so why didn't you just hook it backwards?
That's what I'm saying. Just like it's that motion's carrying me that way. I'm not going to go stop and then go the other way, am I?
It would have been quicker.
It wouldn't be quick at all.
So you strike him in the leg, he screams and falls to the ground. You continue to turn round with it.
Leaving you back defenseless.
Is he behind me?
Absolutely, yeah, when you
He
strike
will
the
be.
guy to the left.
There's
no way around it.
I thought he was on the left, sorry. Okay, so yeah, well, I'll hit him and then I'll stop and then I'll hit him with a butt end.
Okay, so you strike, grab with your hand, and as you do that, his blade comes down, literally as you're bringing up. It slashes a little across your lower arm. The blade is coming up. If you had to turn, that blade would have skewered you straight through your back. But as it comes along, you feel it, the razor burn of the razor edges. It just slices through the muscle on your arm. Not completely through. It hasn't ripped the muscle off. It's a light wound. As you then go dunk, and it bounces ineffectively off his chest plate.
Stab him in the head.
As he's withdrawn his blade, it cuts you across the chest, and you step forward and put the blade straight through his face. Literally, you hear it go through the skull, and he goes, and it has a look of surprise before he slips off the blade. You've got a cut through that side of your arm, and also a withdrawal cut across your chest as you go into the room.
New score. Scuzzy. Scuzzy.
And we shall call them Never Speak to the Empress. Right. Back out.
The longer I'm here, I just wish we had just it'd be so much easier just killing him, wouldn't it?
He says, walking towards the Emperor and the four remaining Reichsguard.
Not with him.
I always wanted to save you. I voted for you.
So you do realise that we have killed Osric. We threw him off the side of the castle.
I'm dragging one of the Reichsguard.
Yeah.
And you do realise we are.
Watched you kill both of them,
Yeah, we are also Longshank Rangers, and we are also Brotherhood of the Stag, a secret order only known to us. And now so now we got.
That's your reaction from four blokes.
Throw a sword at him.
Right.
But that is engage him in conversation, though. So it's a surprise attack.
You throw one of your two weapons at the guy, and it's going for his head. At the last second, he goes, whoa, and it does give him like a shake. He goes, I'll pay you back double for that.
I'll pick the
They're
other
not in
guy's
range
sword
yet.
What other guy's sword? You've been walking, dragging a body. Do you think he kept his sword in his hand? He's dead. That was bad in the corridor.
I've still got the other sword here.
Were these dudes not in range?
Of your Warhammer? No, there would have been a lot of stabbing going on at this point.
Oh, okay.
So he throws a sword, it cuts across the guy's face, and he's like, and he turns, and you can see it's opened up his cheek to the bone. So I'll pay you back with that scum.
Oh, please do.
They charge in.
Step behind Arnung. When you're ready.
You do know he's got a habit of doing full spins.
I know.
Stand behind him,
That's
and
why
you're still going to get hit by it.
That's why I've got my mid shield. Aim for the legs.
So you got 4 guys in full plate mill coming at you.
Yeah, the big, humongous swings on me Warhammer. Keep him.
You go, "Whoa," and you swing, and you actually catch
Duck.
one. What are you swinging for?
I'm low. I'm going low.
Okay.
Starting low, finishing high.
All right. Well, in which case, you swing round and your mace, your warhammer, catches the first one. As you go, bang, you swing it. He goes up in the air. The others are moving in. You've had to stand well back.
I know.
You're like, good luck. As he's swinging a two-handed weapon in a corridor. And you've already seen from his first blow, it starts low and goes high. There's no way you can be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you go, the first guy slides up in the air. What are you doing?
Him or me?
You?
Oh, well, once I hit you, I'm gonna, bring it back round, swing high, spin it back round,
So,
and go the other way.
so you come up, so you go like this.
Yeah.
Up. Yeah?
One-handed.
Okay, so you go like this. Then
Yeah.
you bring it
Then
round.
it becomes two-handed as it
Right.
goes up,
And
and
then
it
it's
comes
going
back.
down and below. Right, so you catch the first one, he goes up into the air, the second guy's coming in as you come along, and you go bang, and you catch him, he puts his arm up, realising his error, it crashes down onto his shoulder and his back, he's hitting one, you see him, he goes down to one leg, the other one lands on his back. The third and fourth guy step in over the attack. One blade bites deep into your left thigh as you're trying to step back away from it. The blade cuts straight into the thigh coming out the other side. The other one, as his slash comes along, it's a quick slash just across the face as he's moving past, and you feel it bite down, cutting across your mouth and jaw.
You
see
missed
the
his
two
tongue.
guys. You fall back, obviously, but you are a veteran. You're not falling back and like, oh, I've been hit. But you're falling back from the blow. You're literally staggering with the leg as the sword is drawn. And you see the blade goes deep into his leg. You see the other one slash across his face. Either one of them could have killed him, but he was quick enough to get out the way of killing blows. But the one in his leg is definitely going to weaken him, especially as he's swinging a hammer.
Yeah.
Neither one of them pushes their initial attack as they go slap, and then they step back, and you end up Arnung staggering back, holding onto your leg. You didn't pick up another sword, so this hand's free anyway, hence the double strike. And you've got your warhammer, but you can feel the cut to your face. Okay, so you're not going to be as pretty, but you're instantly aware it's not life-threatening. And the leg, though life-threatening in the sense it's slowing you down in combat, you will need to bandage that up because that's a through and through. You will be bleeding profusely, and the longer this fight takes, the slower you're going to get, the weaker you're going to get.
They've got cloaks on, haven't they?
Yes.
The one that's I've dragged behind.
Yeah.
I ripped the cloak off. I've got a sword as well, so.
Well, that's not ripping off the nut. So you go.
Yeah.
You go. Oh no, they're not held on with string.
No, as in like I was trying to rip it apart.
What do you have to? A bandage?
Yeah, it was going to be a bandage.
Okay.
So
basically,
as I get it,
you see him, and your action is to turn around. You get the cloak, you hack it into a bit, and then rip a piece off.
Yeah.
Your Arnung are realizing, that you can't hold your own. At that point, the blow to your leg is of such an injury that this situation is, that their speed to strike one will be a killer blow from the other.
Mm.
These are by far the most highly skilled men you have ever fought in your life.
I'll retreat back to Fordel.
He's right behind you as you take a stagger back towards them, trying to keep them at bay, warding them off with the reach of your weapon. But it's only a matter of time before they're able to move in. Do you turn around to the bandage? Are you going to do a bit of first aid on him while he's standing there? Or
yeah. That's the whole point. If he's got the longer reach,
yeah.
I was going to say stand steady and just wrap it round, tighten it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you keep them out. You can keep them at reach. You know, as they're trying to move around. You know, in the moment that it takes him, you feel him lean down beside you, get the bandage high, pulls it taut, and you go, ah! You let out this roar of pain. You know, as he pulls it tight to stop the bleeding. Yes, it'll stop the bleeding, but it will also cut the circulation by default. You haven't got long before your leg will go completely dead anyway. You've got longer. You're not going to die, but you know, the tourniquet will literally kill the sensation in your leg quite quick. And I'll leave it there.
Slick on him.
It's 2:10, so this will turn into story mode and background, because tomorrow we will be leaping forward to the
In
year
time.
1152. So this will be something for you to read.
Arnung did it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that is true. No, you didn't.
The funny thing is, it's strange, is that I could be wrong, but you forget that your guys are rangers and assassins.
Yeah.
You're not. Let's go up against knights, you know, warriors. You are very dangerous. You're very capable, but it's just the situation is outclassed.
We don't have the weapons with us.
Well,
Yeah, we don't have any bows or anything.
Yeah, exactly. You've literally the situation that you're in and the style of fighting is you're outclassed in this sense. You know, these are the royal bodyguard, the best of the best, the part of the Reichsguard, the Order Reichsguard. You have devastated. Admittedly, they're corrupt, but you know, this is like the Praetorian Guard. This is like the Queen's Guard or the King's Guard from Game of Thrones. You know, there's like that elite section. There's only two left. Four left, sorry. No, there's two left. There's one badly injured on the floor, having received this blow to the arm and shoulder and back. Actually, there's two you've left alive, isn't there?
Well, not intentionally.
Yeah, there's two with busted legs.
It's just the other two came in and stabbed him.
But that's it, yeah. You know, it's basically the situation you're in is obviously, yeah, you're fighting the Reichsguard on the terms of the Reichsguard, and you're outnumbered. It's kind of what happens when two guys go up against guys in plate mail, you know.
Yeah.
But you did, you know, you did well. So you'll find out how this ends, I suppose, tomorrow, because Framling is no doubt going to go, "What happened?" And you'll go, "We don't know yet."
It's all going to be.
Depends what year it is. I don't want to talk about it. Those are dark memories.
Well, when he sees you, at least you know for a fact you're going to have a old white 30, 40-year-old scar where your chin and lips got cut up your face. You have this white scar, possibly walking with a limp on cold days.
Let's say it is just you had a dispute with the Emperor.
I wonder if you will mention the Emperor.
Oh, he'll be mentioned.
Yeah.
I've kept the secret for 30 years. I will never tell anybody, Arnung. We'll take it to our grave. Framling turns up. So what happened? He said this, as if it was yesterday. He's held it in so long. You're sitting there going, all right, diarrhea mouth.
No, it'll be like that. So we're doing the Northern Prince now? No? Oh, no, we're doing the Emperor style.
Yeah, we're taking the Emperor to the Nordland Prince.
Where he's going to be possessed.
We're going to lock him up in that furnace.
You burnt the place to the ground?
No, there's that. What was that?
You mean
possessed? The oven? Yeah, we're going to lock him up in the oven.
You're going to stick him in the oven?
I'm going to stick him in the oven. And you can keep the thing alive, the Thing Company.
The Thing Company?
Mm.
That's an interesting name for a company. The Thing Company. The what?
And this is what I have to deal with.
The Beast.
Like an angry rabbit? Well,
You mean the demon in the
obviously-
furnace?
spare the demon. I'd obviously have loved to be able to continue this on. We lost a couple of hours at the beginning because of technical faults. Every week it's a different fault, and every week we get past it. But
It's Arnung's fault.
10:30, and
Persevere.
and you have persevered through to 2:15, so I appreciate that. All I can say is that tomorrow night we'll look at the start at 9. I'm hoping that you'll get a chance. I know you're not working, so you might not get a chance to read it, but do the best you can. I've got to get.
We'll read
Nevin
it
up and running.
8:45.
What happened? I don't know. But I've got to get Nevin up and running. Technically, this is the first time he's going to be signing in from Taipei, Taiwan, and no doubt that's going to be problematic. So hopefully we'll get that read up. We will see a slightly different setup because there'll be 4 cameras.
Where are you going to put him?
Well, I'll sit
Over your face.
on one side, and I'll just make us all 4 together.
We're going to put Talbot just above, just in Arvaland.
In Avaland,
Space. Yes. So he can be off in one corner.
looking
Hello.
frowning.
Yes.
So we're definitely on tomorrow. Hopefully a 9 o'clock start. He is 8 hours ahead of us, so he might be like, his hair might be as dishevelled as his beard, and he doesn't have crates of energy drinks to get to. But as far as we're understanding, I'll update the Twitch, and we'll be 8:30 till 9 o'clock, hopefully starting. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for participating. It is a story. It's about getting to the end of it and enjoying it on the way. And not every day is it going to be a good day.
When Arnung's involved.
It's always a good day when Arnung's involved.
It wasn't.
Albert.
Who sent this? John.
I'm just wondering if by tomorrow you'll suddenly have this moment of, oh, as you think through what you've done.
Who?
You?
No, I
Nah,
don't.
he never does that.
I never do. Whatever decision I make, I'm happy with.
I'm not.
Whatever decision you make?
Whatever. Every decision I've ever made, I've never regretted it.
Because you're batshit crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no point worrying about this thing. You just got to get on with it.
But I would love to have time, which we're never going to have because we're trying to get a game out. I would love to have time to go, so where did you think that was going to happen? Did you honestly think you're going to the emperor of the whole human nation? I'm not saying that happened is a good thing.
No, it's like you start speaking. It's like, yeah. Oh, wait, where's this going? No, don't
Saved his life.
Oh,
Should be grateful.
But
you put it in
out of
jeopardy
game,
in the first place.
Really out of game now. But you understand you've sent the actual one person you could trust and 50% of his army away on a lie, and then decided to save him.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a good chance if he had owned up when he was there, he probably would have killed us.
Well,
why did you have to own up? You could say, we are part of the Longshanks Rangers. We have come to understand that there was a plot against the Emperor. We have come to give word, and
Yeah, I didn't think like that.
Instead, you're getting bitchy with the Emperor.
Listen,
We saved your fucking life. I'm not
It's
John down the pub, fella. I'm the
it's
Emperor.
my default. I always become a bitch in the game with important people.
Bitchy. You become bitchy. I think we've just found the descendant of Carroburg, who was the first person to ever go, ooh, I'm the immortal widow. Oh, I'm so magical and powerful.
Yeah, look at me,
Look at me.
pot lady.
And you had Old McCall going, no, shut it, no.
Is that your mum in the pot?
Way to break it to him.
Yeah, that's your mum. I didn't know that was your mum.
Wait a second, that was your mum in the pot. Yeah. Huh.
when normal people's mother usually keep out the pot when making it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was really powerful and stuff. What's she doing in a pot?
She's potty.
What's she doing in a pot?
Well,
Getting
we don't
cooked and
bloody
eaten by.
know, do we? Maybe it's Busho is that much more powerful. He took the ancient widow and turned it into a stew. What does that tell you about Busho?
That he's dead.
He was staring at you while stirring the pot.
Oh, we
That was-
just found out.
It was Busho.
Booster gets done.
He just killed the ancient widow, apparently. Thought your mom was all powerful. She's in the pot. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the guy that stuck her in the pot. Ah, yeah. Didn't hear any of that. La 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 la.
Yeah.
He
Ooh,
also said
flag.
that, and you were like, and one of the Soviets, one of your guys was sitting there cowering. Yeah. One of the all-powerful of the Sixth Council was cowering in the hut beside Busho.
So what are you gonna do about this?
You're like, I think I got bitten by a midgie.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
fun times. You survived for now. Because that's the one thing, isn't it? That these are all different stories, all part of the bigger thing, bigger picture, and who knows who dies and who doesn't. Who lives to just
Who would've-
disappear into history.
Who would have thought throwing flame into a den of Skaven spreads it quicker?
Because that's not a problem dealt with, is it? That's a problem that I've just probably pissed off.
Well, it's okay because it didn't see my face.
Didn't see my
that's
face.
That's when it comes to giant rats. They're like, who was it? I don't know. Ooh.
They
Oh.
will never know. Well, they didn't technically see your face, did they? They were sleeping.
Rats known for their sight and not their smell.
Well, they smell Fordel.
Because you were never there.
No, I wasn't there. I was caked in mud and everything, like the predator, like Oni and Predator.
So they couldn't see him with their futuristic night vision sights
Or smell me.
with their noses.
No, I was covered in their scent.
Yeah, like that's how it works for the the horned
I
rat.
got some rat feces. It was covered in rat feces,
I don't remember him saying that he was bathing in the walls.
You do it.
Why do you think I was naked?
You were naked? That's why you're like, run! And he took forever because he's like trying to get his pants back on. Give us a second, man. Shit. Shit. What are you doing? I love the
I
smell of
found a hole.
I love the smell of animal piss. Whoop, whoop.
This is Arnung's glory hole.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's not be weird.
Let's
be
not.
weird now.
We've got to draw the line somewhere. I draw mine at glory hole.
I shall. So I'll write up the remainder of this, and I'll try to stick true to your depictions of Arnung and Fordel over the last couple of hours. As close as I can get, I'll keep them in character.
Fordel tried to distance himself from Arnung, and Arnung's just like, "Oi, come back here! You're getting shit on you."
Don't
Well,
saying that
you-
Fordel has developed a new skill, which is as soon as people go, right, I want to. What are you going to say? I was going to say let them go, but fuck that noise. Sorry,
Yeah, it's just when he
sir.
said Osric, I was like, "Oh crap!"
Grab the Emperor, bodily manhandle him, put a sword in his neck. Yeah, yes. And then listen to what he said. Sorry.
Arnold.
Yeah.
It's just when he said, "Oh yeah, Osric's one of the main ones." All right.
Well, at least you got Osric.
Well, that's the thing, is, right? And this is what I love about the no rules. You have to go with the decision. Is you got Osric, who is clearly, the best swordsman, apart from, well, no, he's the best swordsman in the Empire. And he gets punched out and then thrown off a cliff.
No, punched out, hogtied, and thrown over the edge.
This guy's going to be like, ching, fight you both off, giving no shits, ha ha ha, stab. He's like Jamie Lannister in season 1. You know, and this guy is literally. I was like, how are they going to get? This is going to be one of those fights that they're just going to avoid. You know, he carved them up. He is vastly superior to them combined. Huh?
Look, it was no, the thing. It was a build-up. It was a build-up because I mean, if you think back to Framling, you know, going to the temple and going. So these guys are the best of the best. Yes, great. You know, and then then you go, you know, you have us peering over a wall.
And two
Is it
guys
clear?
looking
Yes.
right at you.
Oh shit! There's two gods there. Which way are they facing? Are they facing us? Yeah, they are facing us. Oh, I thought they were facing the wall.
Is that their face or the back of their head?
Yeah. What do we do? Charge him? Oh, great. Charge him. Oh, I think I've overcompensated this charge a little bit. I didn't know I was going to go through this door and down the stairs and then into Osric.
Yeah. But you're great in a forest.
Are you sure about that?
That's how we win all our fights because we're so unpredictable.
You don't even know what yourself's going to happen. Yeah, slide across the floor. Hey! I turned up close to Osric.
Yeah.
That was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're Longshanks Rangers. Yeah.
So when you threw him off the cliff, was that an actual all plan all at that point, or was that literally just
I just got sick.
That was out with spite? Because the
Yeah,
Emperor's like, and you're like, oh, I can't touch him, so I'm going to
I
throw him off the
can't.
cliff.
Yeah, it was exactly that. I really got the urge to throw someone off this cliff. What's it going to be? Fordel, call me the Emperor, and there's only two people here, so the only other person is Osric. So
I can imagine like a Tolkien sort of thing, you know. And so passes Osric, Sir Osric of the Reichsguard, first of his name, greatest
Last of his
swordsman
kind.
in the known kingdom, but tied up and falling off a cliff.
Doesn't help. He ain't coming back from that.
And that's the great thing about this stuff, you know. Is like, you know, you might have some, you know, hard fights unexpectedly with people, but when it seems to me, whenever it comes to a real named guy, you find a way to completely, totally demoralize the situation. You know, like, haha, the greater demon of blah blah blah, flying, and I shall think, shot through the arsehole by a sniper. Yep.
Yeah.
well,
Nice.
Heraclian got him as well.
Yeah. So, you know, it's ended in a little bit of a what's going to happen? Because they're clearly outclassed.
Oh yeah.
You're now severely injured.
So how's it going to play for like the viewer's sake? So we're going to get a readout, sorry, write up.
It's going to be posted.
Or we're just going to role play it out.
No, well, yeah, it's really role played out as a memory.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to come out in the first episode. You know, you will actually, you know, people are like, what did happen? What happened? How are they alive? What's going on? You know, and Framling may not actually give a shit and ask you at all, but it'll be part of your back development. It becomes a backstory, you know, and the viewers will be keen to know what happened in 1115. But will you? Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, like they've done in episodes where it gets up to a point and then suddenly, you know, years down the line, like, how did they survive?
The Skaven helped us. They sniffed us out.
In an effort to get to you, they killed all the corrupt guys while you were running, and then they overstretched themselves and they fell to the Elector Count warriors, you know.
And they met the cats.
The cats. Thundercats.
Hi, mighty turtles. Yeah, it's been a while. Long time no see.
You're actually catching us as we're about to leave. But
Yeah,
we are
we
on
just-
tomorrow night.
We are just about to go offline. How are you doing, bud? You doing good? It's gonna take a while. Yeah, I know.
Wait. Oh. Yeah, it's true. I don't know what he just did there.
Who?
Halt.
But yeah, we've been offline for a while.
Yeah, we've tried to get on back to a regular showings, but just one thing after another. You know, there's been a lot of movement. Nevin travelled to the other side of the planet, That was a bit of an impact. As a result, we've had to change the way that it works. Get away.
Arnung bringing the PCs.
Yeah, busy, busy. Yeah, he's getting new PC Monday or Tuesday next week. Exciting times.
Hopefully it's a full-on gaming rig and we can see you on... Well, not you guys, you don't play, you're bored, aren't you? You're not allowed to play on anything.
Who?
You guys?
I don't have a house.
Just bring the tone down. Yeah.
We'll talk there very quickly.
Because the centre of my beard's dark, it looks like it's like silver fangs, like prongs, you notice that?
Yeah, life gets in the way.
Just ignore him.
Just get in the way sometimes.
Just
can't get
ignore
online
what
as much, but we
GM
still
say.
Shut up, man! I'm talking. For God's sake, Hodds. You just like Tal.
If it wasn't for the fact that I tried to mute you the other day and it turned out that all I did is mute myself, we're kind of stuck with them.
Well, for $2.5 grand, it better be good. I don't know. Kane, $2.5 grand on a is that a gaming rig worthy PC?
$2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's the equivalent
No.
of what I paid and what you paid for ours. So he's probably looking at, well, it depends if you bought it yourself, but he's probably looking at say 1080 Ti, possibly 32 gig of RAM. Depends on what motherboard he's put on there, of course. If he bought peripherals, or that's literally just for the kit, or if he's bought, some of the money might have went into buying a $500, gaming monitor with 144 gig megahertz. Depends on the chip. Was it i7, i5? A lot of people go for i7 because they think bigger is better. What they don't realise is the i7 is not actually. What? You got the RTX 2080? Now that, I am jealous. I'm surprised that wasn't $2.5 grand. It's custom. What's custom about it? I've got this really powerful graphics card on a Electrics. I mean, holy shit, mate. To be fair, they don't make the 1080 anymore, right? So they are expensive anyway. So you went for the i7, 16 gig of RAM. What you're running is the i7? Is it the 7.6 or whatever? And the RAM? Yeah, well, it depends on the motherboard what the RAM speed is going to be, but well, that's understandable. But that 2080 is that must have been a good lump of the money. Hard drives? Did you go for some of the Evo stuff? Solid state, like the 970, something like that. Couple $100, ridiculous speeds. Definitely worth a payout for your hard drive. Trouble is limited a little bit in size. I managed to get one of the Samsung 970s for 120 quid, so about $200, I think. But
Yeah,
either
I
way,
don't know. Wait.
if it's running the RX 2080 Ti, yeah, I mean, it's got to be on a powerful system anyway, It's not like you can go, I'm driving myself for your sake, from you guys, like, I've got a 1 litre Fiesta and I've just dumped a 4.8, it's got to have everything built on for the T80 to work, so $2,500 with a...
That's really good then.
Very good. But remember that computers are cheaper in the States.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, why? Can you get us some
Nope.
PCs in?
As soon as
Why?
you do that,
Just custom.
so the 144 hertz monitor, is that part of your $2.5 grand, or is that on top of it?
He's getting a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
Just think of those spreadsheets you'd be able to do.
Well, I'm assuming he's going to game with it.
I think he's missing a zero.
If it's a 144 hertz, cyber power. Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got cyber power. Mine obviously was UK. You've gone for US. They do great work. If the monitor is part of the $2.5 grand, that makes it even more amazing as a deal, and truly sickening to us in the UK. And no, we can't get parts sent over officially because the tax man wants a lump. That's why it's cheaper out there. As I've always said, if people could get past the import tax and work out a business model, you go to Germany for your BMWs, strangely enough, but you go to America and get your PC kit sent over. Or you go over there on holiday, buy the parts,
And post them.
and then no, that's where the taxman comes in, and then travel back with them in your suitcase, and then they look and go, "You're making a bomb," and you may get shot by security in America. But the chances are they'll go, "Oh, it's computer parts," and give a fuck because you bought them and you bring them back. Doesn't mean that the taxman won't still come at you down the line, find a way to say, "Ho ho ho," you know. There's ways and means, but no, you can't get shit shipped in. That'd be illegal. You're hoping you'll be good, mate, with the machine that you've built, with that monitor. It's going to drag your ass along. It depends what you're going to play, of course. If you're going to be sitting there going, "I'm Black Ops," then that rig is definitely, overkill. But if you want to play something Squad, that'll be mint. Yeah, thanks for the well, it's the Warhammer world, so we've got the banners of the Warhammer provinces all around us in the Cortex library. But of course, normally we've got the table, but because we happen to use video now, it's going to be cameras. And tomorrow, Nevin will be joining us again, so we'll end up just disappearing down the corridor.
No.
Why do both of you think of it as a hole? It's a corridor. When you walk down a corridor, do you scream the further you get down?
We do, right? We like walking down corridors and screaming, just for effect.
People at the other end will go, "What are you doing?"
We're going further away.
It's not a well. Right,
But
go over there. Freak. But yeah, 25 to 3. You guys have got to do. I've got to build a laptop. Well, do I? Do I have to do I have to do it just so you can blur your background?
I have no idea. Well, thanks, buddy. Thank you, Mighty Turtles. Yeah, we'll be around tomorrow again.
You've got no idea. So
What are you talking about? What?
You just said you've got no idea. So what? It's blind. What did you do?
Yeah, I don't have the
a-
deer is blind.
Yeah, well, that's what your deer's blind. You got no eyes. Was it a hunting accident?
No, he thought it was Tal.
Born like that.
It was born like that.
It's born like that. Yeah.
You've got a blind deer as a pet.
Yeah. It's born like that. I raised it from when it was a baby.
I thought you couldn't say it to the ground.
Well, Mighty Turtles, thanks very much for stepping in.
Yeah,
Glad that
thanks.
you've picked up a rig. Damn good. Stop getting so close to the screen, you freak.
I can't see it.
Nobody cares about you.
Right then. See you.
Oh, don't be
Cheers,
bad,
buddy.
Wait a second, we're still talking. Right, anyway, Turtles, thanks very much, mate. I'm glad you got a system set up. Yeah, good luck gaming and all that sort of stuff. It is mighty well done. Good deal. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be on around about GMT UTC, 9 p.m. depending on where you are in the States. You'll have to try and work that out. But UK time, BST, will be 9 p.m. So approximately after we've got through the next level of tech.
Yeah, we always have tech issues.
Yeah.
And that's called Arnung issues.
For 3 weeks. Anyway, I think we've got to do a shoot. So thanks very much for stepping in, mate. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much for this evening.
Thank
going
you.
into the early hours. Best of luck in work tomorrow, and I shall see you on.
Best of luck at work today.
Good night.
Good night.